Go.
And so, Michael, yeah, I got the room reserved and for that week. So,
That's good. Yep, I think I'm flying in Saturday, so I think I'll
okay.
be there a day after you. But yeah, I think it was weird. I registered today.
Oh, they have registration open for Consim?
Well, at least I paid for it. But I remember in years past him asking questions as part of the registration. I'm
Yeah, he
like,
usually asks about what. Well,
what do
is
you
it
want
in
to
that, or
play?
is
Stuff
it
like
in
that.
or is it in a subsequent email that he sends you?
I see. I don't know. I was surprised. I was like, oh, I see a click to register. Fine. So I clicked to register, paid him the money, and then just now, the last few minutes, some of the guys have been sending me text messages. What game do we want to put in? And I'm like, wait, how did I miss that?
Right.
So I don't know. We'll figure it all.
I'm sure. Cool.
We'll figure it all. So before we start playing,
Yes.
I just want you to know that timing's everything. And that is that just this week, Matthew published his update to Lobositz.
Oh, really? Okay.
So I just read through the update, and
Okay.
he posted on Consim World and on Board Game Geek his kind of designer's notes. Why did I do what I did?
Okay.
Um, and that was good because I think understanding the rationale is pretty important. But and of course I have never played this game before, and so uh, I'm just having to take his word for it that people perceived there was a problem, and and the problem as he described it is that in the in the game we're playing,
Yep. In this
Prussians
scenario.
don't really have much incentive to really fight hard for the vineyard.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
really much incentive. I mean, you're doing it, but it's like, yeah, whatever. I mean, you're already lined up there, so why not, right? Um, and you're not really having that much trouble. So that was one thing. Is he felt like he needed to address the vineyard problem.
So
Um,
historically, the vineyard was a big sort of sticking point where the Prussians were
yeah,
fighting
it's like
for
an all
hours.
day
Yeah. Okay.
grinding sort of thing. So that was one thing that he said he wanted to deal with. Another thing he just was troubled by is, first of all, the complicated, weird end turn thing, with the plus numbers based upon
The
the
fog
fog
level.
level.
Yeah.
And he was like, let's just scratch that. And he just made a new end turn chart, which is
Okay.
just shorter. But the important thing is, and this ties in, one of the things he noticed is that the game gets going much faster than history did. And part of the problem is, of course, we have total visibility. We can see everything on the board.
Right.
Neither side had a clear idea what was going on thanks to the fog.
Right.
So he said the battle in the history didn't really get joined until 11. Well, here we are, 9 o'clock,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's starting, right? So he's like, so the game's going too fast.
Yeah, and my feeling is that I should have gone even faster. I didn't go as full force as I could have from the very beginning, and as I got into it a couple turns, I should have just pushed.
Yeah, you probably should have. So he does something. Well, he does one thing that's pretty obvious and pretty simple. He just makes vineyard general order terrain. So obviously that's going to slow down the Prussian drive up there because
Okay.
you can't fire as many strength points. You you your movement in and out of the vineyard is slow. Um, you can't stack as deep. You've got reduction to even your fire a die roll modifier, not just that you've only got 3 strength points it can fire instead of 4. So in other words, you can't just overwhelm the Austrians in the vineyard the way that you might be able to today. Okay, so that was interesting. But then he does something else, and this is interesting. He says both sides were very aware that control of the Lobosch effectively the vineyards, because that was the slopes of it, control of that really meant control over the Prussian line of communication. That's the reason.
Ah,
That's the reason why Frederick was not going to let them hold on to that hill. And that's why he insisted that we had to go clear this, even though it was obnoxious. In a real game, though, there doesn't really seem to be a lot of reason, because Lobositz is where all the victory points are, right?
Yeah.
right.
So he gives you an incentive here. First of all, he makes it harder because it's general order terrain. But secondly, your wing activation number becomes 9, and your combat or your command rating is +1 until you have a 3-to-1 ratio of strength points on the Lobosch compared to the enemy.
Well, I mean, that happens almost at the start of this thing.
Well, except what apparently happened in the real battle is the Austrians were pouring troops up there too.
Okay.
And of course, the longer you can do that, the longer that the Prussian's going to be really hamstrung.
Yeah.
Right? You're going to get more activations. He's going to get fewer. He's going to have to spend every time he can get to try to dominate up there.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, this is interesting. I really like him thinking outside kind of the,
Standard,
I mean, one
yeah.
thing he didn't do is he didn't really change any of the units, right? He
Yeah.
didn't say, well, the Prussian cavalry is too good or something like that. He's just starting to give you motivations to behave differently. And so that was fun. I enjoyed that.
So did he?
Yeah.
So did he redo then the sort of the scenario rules, or is that published, or he just
Yes.
put out his thoughts on it?
No. He actually published new rules.
Okay.
And the rules are also very clever because, of course, remember, there's really 2 different versions of Lobositz out there, right? There's the original version,
Right.
and then there's the expansion that came with Prague.
Right.
So he wanted to make sure that there was one set of rules that covered everything.
Okay.
And so he's got color-coded rules. So the green ones are for if you have the expansion, and don't read the orange ones. So the orange ones are, if you've got the original game, don't read the green ones.
Right.
And so that way, with one common set of rules, you can just read whatever you need to read. Let me find. He said some other things I wanted to. What is it doing? Is it printing this whole thing again?
Right.
Okay. I'm just looking through here. There were a couple of other things he did that were interesting. Okay, I talked about vineyards. I talked about general order. You can now have fire in Lobositz. Lobositz apparently burned to the ground by the end of the battle.
Okay.
So he kind of lifted the rule from Chatuzitz.
Okay.
Where you can actually be, the village can burn. What else was there? There was something else that I remember he talked about. Just in terms of victory points.
Mm-hmm.
In the scenarios themselves, there were some things he wanted to change there, and it had to do with again, thinking about the motivation of the Austrians. The Austrians really weren't looking for a pitched battle.
Right.
They were, they were okay with if they had to, but that wasn't really what they were there to do. And so, the victory conditions now include, let's see, what you take losses divided by 15, and that's a point to the enemy.
Okay.
There's points for Lobositz, and what's the name of the other village? Solovitz, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. For every command that goes north of the marsh, the the Prussians win victory points the more Austrian units come north.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's just so funny. Here we are. It's 9:00 in this game, and I'm like, oh man. Oh, I want a do-over.
Well, how many turns have we done? Have we done 6 turns?
I don't. Did we start at 7 or 8? I'm not sure. What time did we start?
I didn't think we were that far into it. I thought we'd maybe done 6 turns so far.
Oh, there it is. There it is. I just looked for the.
So scenario 1 starts at 8 a.m.
And is that the one we're doing?
I think so.
Yeah, because I don't think we did the 6 a.m.
No.
start, did we?
Yeah, the 6 a.m. start is where you're
so
like
we've
marching
really only
on
done
the
1
board.
hour.
Yeah.
We've really only done 1 hour.
Okay.
Because it's the 9:00 turn now, right?
It was 3 turns. It was the first turn was kind of in the second turn. I got an advantage, and on the third turn, you got a big advantage on.
Right.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Wild swings there.
Yeah. Well,
So,
yeah,
anyway.
I wouldn't have any problem if we were to reset this, but I don't know if we want to do that today or we want to do it another time.
First of all, I think you guys all would want to read and evaluate all of that stuff. But secondly, it's like, I don't know. I mean, I don't mind playing the game as it is, because if nothing else, it'll help make it more obvious why he chose to do what he did.
Well, and we can always play this twice. You know, we played this one, and then we played with the next set of updated stuff. Yeah, that could be a fun experiment.
So that's just, but if nothing else, I just thought it was funny, because here we are, we're just getting rolling in the game, and it's like, oh yeah, new rules. Like, oh my gosh. I mean, how many years have I not played this game, and then the rules show up?
Is he aware that we're in the middle of it?
Honestly, I don't know that he is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I said something on Board Game Geek. I said, seriously, you waited for an hour? I mean, whether he saw it or not, I don't know. But, whatever. It's all good. Anyway, so, all right. Well, let's see. Where are we? I need to find buttons to click on so I have things open. I just opened the turn track. Is it the top of 9:00?
Yep.
Really is?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go.
And I'm on my laptop, so I'm not as it's easy to manipulate things. I don't have
as you like.
Yeah, I only have my laptop screen instead of my usual 3 screens where I can throw everything around and stuff like that. So
okay. All right. Well, all good. Well, I guess we can just go ahead and start checking some dice. But before we do, we probably ought to just refresh our memory about where the heck we are here. So it's 9:00. Fog is at level 4?
Yes, I believe we advanced it at the end of the last turn.
Okay, and that means +2.
Yes, based on the updated
to the end turn.
Yep.
Number.
Yep.
Right, and 9 is the end turn number.
Correct. So now
anything that exceeds 7.
Yep.
Is enough to cause an end turn.
Yep.
Okay, and then let's see. Why didn't he put the command ratings on this chart?
The command ratings for who?
Bad. Oh, for the 2 army leaders. It's just it's a thing that he very often does. I just didn't see it in this case. So Frederick's probably a +5. He usually is.
Yeah,
I believe he's
Brown
a 5
is a 4.
Brown is a 4.
Yeah, so the Prussians have got a +1.
Okay.
Hey, we got Williams Arends from beautiful Kitchener, Ontario, Canada. I would wave at you, but my camera is not working today. So.
Oh dear.
Oh yes, yes. I think it's the streaming software is acting up. I'm gonna hope that's what it is.
That's your story, and you're sticking to it. Yep. All right, I'm gonna.
We'll see. Maybe we'll have more people viewing this because they don't have to look at me.
Ooh.
Yeah. They're like, oh, good. We got a broadcast without having to look at Eric's mug there.
We got a reprieve.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So.
All right. That was looks like a wing activation for the Prussians if they wanted it.
Yep.
Oh, and I wanted to see if I could make us. A command can also derive its command directly from Frederick. Is that correct?
So you don't have to go through the wing leader. The wing leader is there to extend your path to the army leader. But if you can reach directly to the army leader yourself, then that's all really you were after.
Right.
Is
okay.
that your question?
Yes, because I was thinking about it because there was one leader there that I put. Let's see, I think it's SC, and he couldn't reach, but he it'd be very he. I was trying to keep him within range of the wing leader, but if I just he's right in this stack right here.
Okay.
And his commands are this, and this, and this. I was wondering if I could move him just, like over here or whatever, so that I put them. So he's in command of Frederick but.
Well, yeah, I mean, he is clearly within reach of Frederick anyway.
Right. But
honestly, it looks to me like these guys are out of command.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
So I mean.
But these guys can't trace back to the king.
No. I was asking if I could move this guy to like here.
You just want to do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure,
because
I
was
already running over us. Why not?
Well, I'm curious why you had him where he was anyway. I don't see any other SC further forward.
No, but I was trying to keep him in range of his wing commander up here.
Oh.
Right. Yeah,
and that was. But then afterwards, I realized, I don't think I have to do that, and that's what I was asking.
Yeah, really wing leaders are interesting because they are, they're not necessary. They're just a convenience. And I don't know, maybe that's even reflective of the era. Maybe really the king was perfectly happy to reach directly down to subordinates without having to go through the wing leader. I mean, I don't know. I'm not really sure. But that is clearly the way the rules are written.
Right.
Wing leader is never required to be in the path.
Okay. I'd forgotten that. And was trying to
obvious because you think about chain of command, that it doesn't make much sense. But we gonna tell the king he's wrong? Probably not.
Yeah. All right.
Not more than once, anyway.
I will say. Okay, so that looks like.
All right.
That basically looks like I got a wing.
Yep, you got a wing.
Got a wing. Although you obviously just made the wing less useful because you can't really use the cavalry wing. At least you can't use it fully.
Well, that guy that leader that you moved back, he wouldn't be able to activate with the wing because he's beyond the wing leaders.
Saying.
Yeah,
exactly.
But who else do you have that's the leader? You've got these guys up here, KY. You've got KA wherever they're at. There's KA, and then you've got K. Right, so you'd have at least 3 of your brigades.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to turn off my. How did I get turned back on? Center on opponent's move.
Oh boy. On. Yeah, that'll make you crazy.
Oh, that was okay. Turn that off again. I thought I turned that off when I was playing on here the other day, but okay.
Well, it's a different module.
Is it modules?
Yeah, it's module specific. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then that's why it on that. All right. Let me see if I can see my map and figure out which wing I want to do here.
Which of your 2 wings?
Yes.
Let's see. We got Grim Harbinger saying hello from the beautiful UK. We've got 4 people currently watching us. I think me not being on the screen is helping with the rating so far already.
Excellent.
Smash that like button if you enjoy not seeing me on camera. See,
Well, and you won't get a nasty message about, violating community guidelines now.
I won't.
Well,
People, or I'll say, people comment, what do you think I'm wearing? You don't see me on camera.
a hat.
Yes, I always wear a hat. It's just where am I wearing the hat?
Okay.
So, yeah.
Stop.
I got to tease you. Hey, when was the last time you saw Albert?
Oh boy, it's been several weeks.
Okay.
Because we were going to play today, but that kind of fell apart, and we didn't play last weekend, and of course I've been gone. And
Right.
So it's been several weeks since I've seen him.
Okay. I think he maybe he's changed his telephone number or something. I tried calling or texting him to double check on whether he was going to Consim so we could try to share rooms again. But I got like a weird message saying, I couldn't connect with a call or something. So I'm like, I didn't know if he had changed his telephone number. So,
Well, I don't think so. He certainly didn't tell me that. And let me see, the last time I got a text from him.
yeah, I think I'll send him an email.
Oh, so the last time he and I exchanged texts. Oh, well, actually, it's been quite a while. It was almost a year ago. It was April 30th. Yeah.
So it's conceivable he might have a new number. I'll try to reach out to him.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to go with the cavalry. The 3 of them that are within range of that.
All right.
Perfect. What could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong? So, and let's see here. Boy, my view is so restricted. It's trying to go. Okay, how am I?
And did we tell you that we're playing with the 5-minute rule? You've
Right.
got 5 minutes to make all your moves.
3 minutes in already.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, time
There's
movement, David.
There's only so much banter that Eric and I are going to be able to do to cover you here.
Exactly. Let's see, I'll start reading articles from the LA Times.
All right,
what
so
you probably should really consider is just flip your units over, see how much better they are than us, and just go for it.
Yeah. So, all right. So, all right. So the as I said, I'll do that. Okay. So I rolled this order first, right? So.
Yep.
All
so
right,
you got at least one guy who's.
I think that's the only one, but we'll roll him, see if he gets that 27. I think.
Well. Oh yeah. Those guys are brilliant. Those guys are brilliant.
Delete that. All right. So. All right. Let's see. Who do I want to smash now?
You're
Everyone.
just supposed to smash that like and subscribe button. That's
there
the
we
only
go.
thing you're supposed to smash.
Oh, we did get somebody hit the like button since I last mentioned it. There we go.
Hey,
we got 5 viewers now and 3 likes.
They are pretty tickled about your
They are,
lack
I
of
guess.
a camera.
Yeah.
That's great.
Who knew? Who knew that was what was holding back the channel was me.
That's it. You'll be one of those silver numbers of followers, whatever the name of that award is.
Yeah. Well, I've been told I have a face for radio, so maybe this is what it is. Yeah.
I've had that same claim made for me.
What's my charge? It's 4 is my charge,
yep,
right?
Yep.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. And now do I put the charge marker on it?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Do all your movement first.
Do all the movement first. Okay.
Yeah.
All the movement first.
All right. So
That's what you get for going to Gettysburg.
1, 2, 3. Oops. I don't want to do that one. Okay, wait a minute.
Grim Harbinger says we can teach him bar and la bataille in between turns. So
I think you've just been told off there.
yeah. He did send a winking eye emoji, so I think it's his very subtle British way of saying,
yeah,
he's just pulling your leg.
Well, it's 2:30 in the morning there. So
I know. Hey, now we're up to 7 viewers. This
Yes,
whole
the
thing
word,
with my video camera not working is
yeah,
now.
you must be trending.
Oh my God! All right, people. From here on out, you're not going to see my face.
all right. So it's 1, 2, 3. All right. Boy, I probably can't get them all the way there, can I? All right, let's try this. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, I take it back. It looks like I must have reached out to him on the 29th of December as well.
Okay.
Because John left his phone at one
Paul's
of our
house,
playtest
or
games. No,
are they
at my
playing at your
house.
place?
And after they left, I was like, "Oh, don't drive too far, boys."
Yeah. Grim Harbinger says it's only 1:30 a.m. in the UK.
Oh, they haven't done daylight savings time, perhaps.
Yeah.
Or summertime, I guess they call it.
Robo's Super Channel says it's 12:30 where he's at in Australia, but he's a day ahead of us. Yes. Okay, on Monday. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's like, it always makes my brain hurt to go that way.
Yeah.
If I charge the skirmisher, does that kind of lock him in place?
What do you mean?
Well, they would retreat at some point, right?
Well,
whenever it comes around to combat, the skirmishers.
Yeah.
What effect? I can't charge past them, right? Because they have a zone, right?
So what happens is, as soon as you come, if you're, you would stop when you come adjacent to them, kind of thing, unless you're facing in a way that's, well, I don't know. I had thought it was if you were front facing, intercepted them at some point, you'd have to stop. Or is it a case where you enter their zone of influence, you have to stop?
Charge movement ends immediately when the cavalry enters an enemy zone of control or is placed in an enemy zone of control of a countercharging enemy cavalry. Charging cavalry does not have to stop simply because there is an enemy unit in its zone of control, but may continue its charge movement. So it's being in an EZOC. And so, yes, you have to deal with the skirmisher. You can't just run past him.
Right.
Because he's got 3 front hex sides that you've got to deal with. And then basically it means that you're going to have to engage him in combat. He's almost certainly going to just retreat a hex or two. And you're going to advance into the hex that he took. He may become shaken. That would kind of be the ideal.
Right.
And really, they gum up the works terrifically.
Right. Now,
the only thing you can do is just charge them enough times that eventually they rout.
Right. Now, what happens if I bring one of my skirmishers up next to him?
That's a great question. I don't do a lot of cavalry skirmishers. Let's think about what can cavalry skirmishers do, because they can't
attack.
Well, can they?
I
don't know. That's what I'm just kind of, my brain just hurt here.
Yeah, I didn't think that they could assault.
Probably not. I mean, that seems reasonable.
Yeah,
I'm
because
just
close
kind of looking
combat
back
would
here.
be a charge from cavalry.
And the next other question I have: do I have to have line of sight? Like if I put a unit here, would this one behind be able to charge?
Nope.
He would be able to charge, and here's why.
Oh. He
Why?
would or would not?
He would.
Even though he can't
would.
see anything in front of him other than his...
But he can see things in front of him.
Oh.
There are enemy units that he can see that are in his charge range.
But I said if I had somebody here.
Oh, I'm sorry. But no, if he's completely blocked, no. You have to be able to see an enemy unit in your charge range and, direction.
Okay.
But you don't have to actually end up making contact with that unit. It's just that in order to qualify to even begin charge movement, you must have line of sight to an enemy that you can reach.
Okay. Actually, I figured out how to do this.
Okay. Thank goodness.
I think.
All right. So,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So he can. All right. So he can actually go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right?
Yeah. That all makes sense.
All right. Let's see, and he can do that. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. And so I can get 2, 3, 5. So 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that's not. But yes. All right. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Interesting. I don't see anything here that says that skirmish cavalry cannot charge. And specifically, I'm just observing that in the special rules, under the Prussian special rules, it points out that hussars or light cavalry may retreat before close combat when attacked by any unit other than light cavalry. That's not quite the same thing, is it?
Yeah.
Cavalry skirmishers may retreat before close combat when attacked by any enemy units. Yeah, it's just interesting when it's talking about attacker designation and cavalry charge movement. It just says you can't be disordered. It doesn't say you can't. You can't be a skirmisher.
Right.
I'm still looking.
Okay, so that's got a. And what's my maximum stacking is 18? Is that what it is?
Cavalry in line, in clear, yes, 18.
Okay.
So most of your guys should fit because they're size 8. So 2 and 2 is going to be 16, I guess.
Mhm.
Those guys are size 8?
Size 8 shoes.
Mm.
Let's see. And all right, so that. Got anything to worry about over there? No, well, that. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, I finally found it. It says in just in general, it says units in square, skirmish, march, road, etc. cannot initiate close combat. Okay. Interesting. So that makes them really kind of curious to use when you're on the attack.
You would just use them to screen your flank or something,
Yeah,
right?
I think that's the
Yeah.
best thing you could do for
Yeah.
it is just make it difficult for somebody to get around behind you.
2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so we've got KY there. We got, again, those are all KY. These are KA. So he wants to be like right there. All right, and the other ones down here. 1, 2, 3. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's a double hill. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and he will roll for disorder.
So he can't stack there because you'd have
Oh, he's
22.
That's right. Okay,
Yeah.
yes, that's right. Those are the big guys.
Yeah.
All right, but he went one more. He went 7.
Yeah. So you just.
Okay, he's fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
All right. Okay. All right. So let's. All right. So. All right. So now I declare the charges. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, I would need to move yes right now, right? Also.
Yes.
Yeah, because you got to do all the movement.
Yeah, you'd
All
move
right.
Guess and you'd move K. The guy who's a cat.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Well, he's fine. All right, let's see. He can. Let me see where Guess is going to go. 1, 2, 3. And Guess is 6. So 10. Let's move Guess into here. Let's move. All right, so he'll be moving with that group and. All right, and I've got connecting regiments, so he can.
Yeah, because this is all one regiment.
Yep.
Those 3 guys.
Yep. So, all right, I think that does that. Okay, now I declare charges.
That's correct.
Okay.
Everybody's going ashore.
Yep. Let's see. Where's the charge thing? Charge. Oh. All right.
All right, so then now you roll to see if they actually do their charge, if they execute
Yeah,
it.
can I look at my stacks and adjust possibly just in case
Yeah, sure.
Sure. I don't think it matters a hill of beans. They're all brilliant.
There's a 1% chance it'll matter.
Yeah.
all right, so far everybody's the same whether they're yeah. Oops.
Yeah, we might as well just leave them flipped over since we're going to be
Right.
rolling and doing combat and everything else. So.
Okay. All right, let's start charging. Oh, and these guys. So I can charge with the skirmishers, right?
No,
No, you
Nope,
can't.
they can't.
I
Oh.
found that. I finally found the rule I was looking for.
Okay.
That skirmishers cannot initiate close combat.
All right. So what now? If I move them up into here. Oops. No.
I'm sorry. Where's the here?
If I move them up into here, I could do that, right?
So
Sure.
you would have to do the same thing with them that you'd have to do with infantry skirmishers. That is to say,
You have to make a
you
morale
can't
check to enter.
You have to do an effectiveness rating check in order to move into an enemy zone of control.
All right.
And
even though
I
the
don't
skirmisher is zone of control.
Yep.
Yeah, but, I mean, I don't know. I assume there's still valid reason to be cautious when you're not in a nice, heavily formed unit to not want to get too close to the enemy. I mean, I don't know of any reason why it would be different for cavalry skirmishers.
Okay. So, all right. So
Now, there's no downside. It's just that you wouldn't, if you failed, you just don't make that last move into the enemy zone of control. So it's like you could do that, and you could try moving in if you want, or not. Again, as we just talked about, it's kind of like they really serve mostly just to act as a flank guard.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. So. And all right, so I'm just gonna move them there, and actually let's just change that orientation. Okay, all right. So those are the charges going in.
Okay.
Roll them bones.
So
All right,
start
we'll
northernmost and work our way down.
Yeah, we'll start at the top here. Boom. Oh yeah.
Are you happy?
Next one. Yeah.
Yep.
Next one. Yeah. The next one. That one, I think,
They still probably
just
go in.
makes it.
Yep.
I think
yep.
They were 15.
They were 18. So.
Oh, okay.
So he just made it.
Close, but no cigar.
Close, but no cigar. All right. Well, let's see what we do here. All right. Now I move into.
Now you move
Start
each
moving
one.
out.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm going to start moving here, here, and now we will move there.
Exciting. I will, I guess, reaction charge, right? I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll try it with this guy and I'll try it with this guy. So with this guy here, let's see what we get. 74. So he's going to push in and meet you there. And this guy's going to do the same thing. 91. He's moving in there too.
Righty.
All right. So the next stack was here, going here, and unfortunately, we'll see. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can reaction with this guy, right?
I
And
could.
you might want to.
Yeah.
You might want.
Yep. Here we go. Let's see what we get. 42. Boom.
And right, so now we go this way, and that way.
All right. And once again, we'll try seeing what we can do here. Yep, that's good enough. Okay.
And we'll go here. We'll go here.
Stop. This guy's going to try to intercept you.
Right.
And he does.
Okay. Now, since you intercepted me, are you the attacker on all?
Nope.
No,
Or-
you are in an opportunity charge when it's the other guy's movement phase. Your op charge makes you the attacker, but in this case, countercharging, you remain the defender even though you countercharge. The
Yeah.
attacker is the attacker.
And so, do I get to decide
Whatever order you like.
Yep.
here?
Now,
Okay.
what you need to do is you need to do the designations. You need to figure out, because obviously one of those 3 attacks you've got up further to the north, you're going to have to figure out which one of those is attacking 2 stacks.
Right.
And you have to designate that. And then you can do the combats in whatever order you want, but you need to designate what the combats are going to be before you start them.
Let's see. Well, so yeah, so this one here will 2 stacks.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
And-
Fair enough. All right.
Uh,
And then the other ones are self-explanatory.
right.
So
That one will go
1 and 1. Yep.
all good. All good. Yeah. That was the only one that was ambiguous, is who's attacking 2.
Right. Okay.
So given that, then you get to choose in what order you care to do them.
Okay. Well, let's see this one here first, I guess. We'll do that one. All right.
Okay.
Fair enough. There is no need to roll a defender morale check. We already saw the defender's morale check when he countercharged.
Yep. So you've got 16 and I've got 6. So it's 2 to 1.
9.
Unless we round up. Do we round up?
Yeah. No. It's 2 to 1.
Okay. It's 2 to 1. I've got 4. I moved forward 1 for the countercharge, so that's 5. I'm heavy cavalry, so that's another 2. So that's 7.
Okay.
Right.
He's going to have 10 because he's 6 printed value, 2 for medium cavalry, plus 2 hexes of forward movement, so 10. So plus 3 relative to you. So it's 2 to 1 plus 3.
2 to 1 plus 3. And that's all we're okay. I don't have any charts to easily look at. So.
That's all right. We'll let you
All
know.
good. All good. We'll,
with a roll like
we'll
that.
tell you how badly you did.
So that is going to be, that's a 4
gonna be
plus 3 is a
7.
7. So you
on the
lose
2 to 1
1
chart.
and I lose 3 and I rout.
Okay.
So that is a increment loss. Let's go ahead and pile those on. Increase and increase. And put a route marker on top of him. Okay, and now we got to figure out which way we're going to go back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to go back this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
And I move in and I roll for pursuit. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yep.
So I'll move you into
pursuit.
the hex.
There you go.
And
One
it's 1
die.
die.
1 die.
It's
4.
not halved because you're not disordered, so it is 4.
And how many did he lose on that one?
I lost 3, so
Three's
I've got
half
3 left.
Yeah.
All right. And all right, is that okay? Is that him down here?
He's the routed guy who's
The
down
routed
here.
guy, southeast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got it. And if I, all right, so
if you don't pursue, then you're going to roll to recal here, and you're done.
right.
If
I
you advance even one, then you can roll to recall, and then you can use the other 3 movement points as free movement.
Yes. All right. I will advance 1.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
And
that
I
takes
will
another
roll.
increment off of him. Roll to recall with it's going to be a +5 now.
All right. That's just a morale check, right? Okay.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah. Okay. Now you got 3 free movement points, so you can turn any number of hexes, any number of hex sides for 1 movement point, and you can move 1. Okay. Yep. And I think the minute. Let me look. This is an unusual thing you just chose to do. Pursuit.
You're saying I shouldn't have done that?
I don't know that you can end adjacent to somebody else.
I'm not in his zone of control.
No, you're not. You're not. And that's what I wanted to see. So, cannot enter a friendly occupied hex. If any of the following happens, it immediately ends the free movement. If you enter an EZOC, but you're not entering an EZOC, if you have no pursuit points remaining, if you can't make a legal move, or if you declare you're done. So yeah, I mean, it looks like that is actually that is okay.
Now the other question I have: do I have to keep the stack together? Can I be here and just move one of those, like here, and then just move one into there?
I don't. Well, so okay, all right, that's a fair point. So, as a result of close combat, so at least 1 unit has to enter the defender's hex.
Right.
And then cavalry that advances after combat may pursue. Right. Non-shaken attacking or defending will automatically pursue. If multiple stacks advanced, pursuit is resolved completely for each stack before starting another's pursuit. Boy. I'm just trying to figure out of those who advanced, is everybody having to do the pursuit together?
Right. So if they have to do it together, then I'll leave one behind in the
original hex before you even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
No.
Damn it. Oh, got me all sighted.
I know. It's just funny because this has not come up before, so I'm not really sure. Don't see where it says. I bet it says, but just I'm reading too fast. The one thing that's clear is that not everybody has to advance.
Right.
Into the defender's hex in the first place.
So let's do it this way. We'll do that.
Yeah. All right.
And then we'll do that, and then we'll do that.
All right. And you still have 1 movement point left, or 1 free movement point left if you want to, but you very possibly don't want to.
Yeah, no, I think
Okay.
I like it
All
right
right.
there. So
All good. Okay. Very good. So on to the next one.
on to the next one. So let's go up to the top here then.
Okay. This is probably also 2-1, if I had to guess.
Yeah. Well,
And it looks like
because
you've
it's
got
yeah, it's 2-1.
some
Let's see.
Yeah,
16.
seven,
No, it's
So
seven,
it's
14, but
14.
14
yeah,
to
so it's definitely
6.
2-1, right? He's got 12. You've got 7. So it looks like it's going to be 2-1 plus 5 on this one.
Yep.
All right. Oh, that's
Well, so that's going to be
so 2-1 plus
Plus
1.
1.
2-1 plus 1 is, it
1D,
looks like it's
1R.
1D, 1R.
Okay.
All right, so I lose 1.
And you're disordered. All right, and then this guy's going to go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
What do we got over here? All right. So so they're both disordered. I'm gonna move 1 in. Let's
Okay.
see if I can. I want the top one.
You want the top one in? I'll move it for you, David.
Yeah. Okay. And this is disorder there. Okay. Single die. Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Single die. 9.
So that's going to be halved. That's going to be what? 5?
Yeah, 5.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to use all 5. So I just follow your path for 5. 1,
Yep.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
Right,
So
and
that's going to
that's-
eliminate him.
Right.
And we don't have a graveyard here, do we?
Oh,
All right. I
geez.
think we were putting it over
where
on
did-
the chart where
Yeah, we
keep
put it
track
somewhere
of
'cause
losses.
Yeah,
Austria,
I thought we
roster.
put
Yep,
it on the
yep.
order of battle, didn't we?
No, we're putting it over where we keep track of losses. Like
Yes.
the
okay.
roster, loss
Okay,
roster.
sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that makes
Okay.
sense.
And now I make a morale check with 25 plus whatever.
Yeah, you make the recall at plus 30.
30.
Um,
Okay. Because of the
plus-
disorder and then the 5.
Right.
That's exactly right. Plus
You got it.
30.
All right.
Oh, actually, you know what? You couldn't do that.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I've got my skirmisher there.
Yeah, you had to stop 1 hex before that.
Okay. So 4. So you still got 1 increment left. All right.
Right. Yeah, you move forward the 1 more hex. You just had to stop the pursuit because you.
Oh, I still get the credit for the all 5?
No.
No.
Oh,
it's
okay.
just,
I
it's
okay,
just that
okay.
you backed up 2 hexes and you only needed to back up 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. And all right. So now it's plus 25. So
Yep.
it's 4 plus the disorder. Okay.
Right.
All right. So boom. Up. And they would probably a route, right?
Shaken
No,
and
they're
disordered.
shaken and disordered.
Shaken and disorder. Okay. Increase. Shaken and disorder. There we go. Okay.
Right.
Which
That's
one's
interesting.
next?
Yeah, let's do this one next.
Okay. Against those chaps. Okay, cool. So that's going to be a
Okay.
2-1 again. I'm going to have
then,
the
yep.
plus. I'll be at 7,
Right.
and
I will. Oops.
you're going to
Here,
have a
that,
bigger plus because he's got his
a
leader
big
there.
number. Yeah. What are those units? They're 6,
Plus
so
6,
7,
yeah.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 to 7, it's gonna be plus 7 then, 2-1.
2-1 plus 7. All right, sounds good. Boom.
Actually, I take that back. because I think you're going to get -3 for having an enemy in your flank.
Okay.
So
'Cause
it's
that's
only
gonna
a
be
+4.
So
instead of
So he's
+7,
got
yes.
9. He charged forward 3. So that's 12.
And then
He's
13,
heavy,
14 for heavy cavalry,
right?
but then -3 is 11,
11, and I'm
and
got
then 11
7.
to your 7 is
That's plus
+4.
4. So then with
Right.
his roll of 5, 9, the
That's a
net is a
6 then.
4. So then that's going to be
+8.
8.
1d2r.
So
Oh,
no, because the
yes, yes,
Prussians
quite
are
so.
on the
Yes,
other
8,
side.
8, quite so.
So that's going to
Yeah,
be
1,
a
3, 1, 3r.
1 3R.
Yep, that's right.
Oh, I lose 3?
No, you lose 1.
No. You lose 1. You're not disordered. He loses 3
And I'm
and
routed.
routes.
Yeah. One, 2, 3. Let's see. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess that way.
Okay.
All right.
Alrighty.
So David advances. And then I guess you would roll for recall, or he's got to roll the die and see what he gets.
You can adopt either facing. You could continue facing northeast, or you could be facing east, because you have to be able to follow him down his retreat path. And again, obviously, you can advance with both or not. It looks like you've chosen to advance with both. That's fine too.
Are you there, David? Did we lose David? He's still in Discord, but I'm not hearing anything.
Oh, nor I.
Yeah.
So, knock once for yes, spirit. I guess not.
Yeah, well, I know he was doing stuff on his laptop.
Right.
You're still connected, and you can you move something on the screen?
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. Sure. I
Yeah.
mean, I could.
Yeah. Okay.
Like that.
Yeah. Because I know we had a couple of weeks ago. I was hosting it, and remember everything kind of went sideways. So where I could do stuff, but then you guys couldn't do anything. So this is obviously a issue with David's connectivity.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I know he's out of town on his laptop.
Oh, is he? Is that? Oh, is he still in Gettysburg?
No. He had to go down to Florida, so he's I think at a hotel or something like that. So
I see.
It could be a case where he's
that means
lost.
It's probably profoundly dodgy.
Yes.
Profoundly dodgy Wi-Fi then.
Yeah. Well, and he's dropped out of Discord now. So
yeah, he dropped out of the lobby a while back, and then he's still nominally attached to the Vassal game, but who knows if that's real or if Vassal just hasn't figured out he's gone.
Well, and I've discovered that Vassal will keep you up there even after you're disconnected, and so then you sign back in again, and your name is listed twice.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll give him a minute.
Yep.
Hopefully it's not like his battery just died because he forgot to plug it in, because that would take a little longer.
That could be a little bit more problematic.
Yeah, a little bit. So we'll see.
Well, good. Well, how are the battles of Quebec going?
Well, so again, unfortunately, it's been several weeks since we've played. we of course you got the word that Ed wants to Ed wants to print it. Ed wants to go because he
Right.
wants to send it to the printer with iLao.
Ah, okay.
And because obviously he can, get a better price
Yeah,
with
yeah.
a bigger print run, right? So, which is interesting because it's obviously not the same print run. It's two different setups, but it still somehow must be cheaper, I guess. I don't know. So Matthew sent us the latest versions of the rules, and it
Right.
was very gratifying to see that there were a few changes in there that were directly from our work and the suggestions that we had made. That feels nice, right?
Right.
Um, and what we were going to do today was play one of the Samphois scenarios. I think there are three scenarios for it. There's one that's, kind of the traditional, everyone's basically set up, battle's about to be joined.
Right.
And then there's, one that starts earlier. And I'm not sure what the third one is. I have to go back and look to see what it's all about. But it is the following April, after the previous, what the previous battle was at the end of September of 1759. And this is like the end of April 1760. And now the French are coming to take Quebec back.
Ah, okay.
And so it was described as just a kind of a classic bar battle,
Right.
scenario 3 specifically. And I say it's a classic bar battle, but of course there's like one cavalry unit.
Oh,
So
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, yeah, okay, it's not exactly the same. It is. It's interesting. I was just setting up scenario 3 today because I thought maybe I'd play it solo a little bit,
Right.
and every one of the British infantry units has an artillery battery with it.
Oh, interesting.
I'm like, oh goodness, that seems serious, So anyway, I'm not sure exactly how it's going to play out, but I was hoping to get some solo time, and then maybe I'll just reset it so that when we play, hopefully next Sunday, that we'll be able to just get going right away. So we will
Cool.
see.
I hear David
All right.
back. Are you able?
I think
Were you still in Vassal, or did you get kicked out of Vassal as well?
I got kicked out of Vassal and everything. Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm gonna come back in here.
Well, what happened was everything we did has been erased, and so we have to start the
Okay.
turn all over again.
Oh,
And no,
okay.
I'm joking.
Yeah, we get to re-roll everything.
Yeah, all the rolls
That's what we
happen
wanna
again.
do.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what we want to do.
Oh no, it could only get worse for us. Then I would have failed all of my, reaction charges or counter charges.
That's true.
That's
true.
so, be careful what you wish for. You might just get it,
That's a fact.
So,
That's a fact.
well, let us know when you're in.
I'm big. It looks like oh, there it is. And I'm probably going to be in here twice, but
Possibly.
Yeah, you will, but it doesn't matter.
join room. There we are. Okay, here it comes. I'm coming in as my observer again.
So you appear
right.
to have advanced both units into the
Well,
hex.
That was not the plan. So,
Okay.
Okay.
So
um,
we can move them
So
back,
do
and
what
then
your-
because
do
we
what the
didn't
plan
roll
is.
for your pursuit points or anything like that. We
Yeah, I
kind of
haven't done
lost you
anything.
there. So
Right.
right. Okay, let's see where I am back here. Okay, there we are. All right. All right, so there's the chart. Okay, I've got two. All right. No, all right. All right. So, and all right. So
no.
You-
He was in. You just moved him back.
all right.
So he
Okay.
should be in this hex there. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right, all right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you moved that way. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really have a lot of other choices because you've got your guy is back here behind the lines now, right? Because I couldn't go this way because then I'd be passing
True.
by him, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although I would only lose a point, I guess, if I crossed into his zone of influence, right?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, as long as
Oh.
you
Right, so I guess I could have gone
If
back
you'd ended
here.
up here instead, that would have been okay. And yeah, depending on which zigzag you took, you could have gone there and been okay too.
Okay.
It's a little counterintuitive that you'd be retreating towards the enemy, but on the other hand, once you start retreating, you probably don't realize it.
All right, so 1, 2, 3. All right, so was there one casualty or two on this stack before I started?
He didn't have any casualty. Well, I don't know. He did take a casualty. Oh, he does need to take a second casualty because he did have one casualty.
That's I was going.
Yeah, so you need to make it 2 casualties, I guess.
Well,
it's
the
guy on top.
It's the other unit that has to take the
Oh, yes, you're right.
Because the biggest unit has to take the hit.
Okay.
That's kind of nice.
That's LKR, isn't it? Okay. All right.
Do you need me to do that for you, David?
Nope, I got
you
it.
got it. Okay.
And let's see. Let's do this and this. Now, can I face this way? Oh, not that one. Can I face this way?
Yeah, you can face. That's what I was desperately trying to tell you if you disappeared.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So we'll do that, and sorry, into there, and
then
all right. So now I roll for pursuit.
Yep.
Right.
Only one.
A whopping one.
A whopping one. How many increments did I already?
You took out 3. Yeah. So he's more than. I mean, he's half dead.
Right. So he's half dead. Yeah. Okay. I'll roll to recall.
Yeah.
And so he recalls. All right. Now we're down to the last one. And
okay. So let me go ahead and flip these guys over.
8, 9, 10. 10 and, well, 10 and 7. Where's the leader? Oh, there he is.
The leader's underneath there, yeah. Or he's on top, I guess.
So those guys are...
They're -3 for the guy on their flank, but they're +3 for their leader.
Right, so that basically
so they're
washes
basically
out.
at 7. So 7 and 7.
So basically they're both at 7.
Yep.
Yeah, so, and the attackers are at
10.
10.
10. So it's 1 to 1 plus 3.
Yep.
1 to 1 plus 3. All right, so now I need that great roll. 19, right? No.
Close. So that's going to be 7, and then what the difference was 3, did we say?
So it's going to be -4.
-4 at 1 to 1. So you lose 1 and rout, and we lose 1 and we're disordered.
Okay. And increment lost. And we have a morale of routed. And they go back 6, correct?
Correct.
That is right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Kiddo. So only one stack needs to advance. They can both advance if they like.
Oh, okay. Give me a second to... I was trying to flip the leader over to his...
Oh, to his regular side.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so what would you suggest? Should I advance with both of them or just one of them or what?
So that's a really interesting question, particularly because, I mean, to a certain degree, it's a little bit of out of the frying pan into the fire.
Yeah.
Because obviously you got another wave of
yeah, but they've already moved, so I don't have to worry about them hitting me this turn.
Not this turn.
Yeah.
But just it's you might think certainly advancing the one with the leader probably would make sense, just to get out of having that guy in your
Right.
flank.
Yeah.
It seems like maybe that one for sure, because the downside is a lot less
Right.
For him to be out of the way than the other one. And whether you bring them both, I don't know.
Now, does he get any kind of opportunity charge on that because you're
No.
moving out of my?
No.
Okay.
No, you only get to opportunity charge
During the movement phase.
Movement phase.
All righty.
So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if it makes sense to bring the other up or not. Obviously, to a certain extent, you suffered this turn from him getting a lot of 2-to-1 attacks, but on the other hand, you've got somebody watching your wing a little bit if you've got 2 stacks, right? So I think you're screwed no matter what you do, to be honest with you. But
we're going to bring them all in.
All right.
At least when you get your thing, they all become undisordered. So
yes, provided I don't blow my recall roll.
Yeah.
All right, let me roll for recall. A 9.
Well, that was pursuit.
Oh, pursuit. Right, that's what I meant.
Right, and so that's 5 pursuit points.
Right,
which is pretty hilarious. You can really only use 3 of them.
Right, because otherwise I'd be bumping into this guy, right?
Exactly. Right. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. If you do one of them, you might be able to use the other 4 to reposition yourself somewhere more salubrious.
Right.
I just wanted to use that word.
That is a great word.
Thank you. I kind of would be reluctant to encourage you to run too far north, because obviously those infantry can turn and attack these cavalry from the flank, and so you wouldn't want to get in their way.
You mean my guys, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So on the other hand, you could move forward 1, and then you could just, kind of run northwest, and then, position yourself to be facing down towards that cavalry, but leave the infantry open to still go ahead and attack, right? So if you move forward 1 and then major recall, or not, it doesn't matter. You still get the free movement regardless. Right. And then you could do 1, 2, 3 more and then turn, so you're facing southwest, and so even though you're disordered, at least you're facing the right way, and the infantry can still turn and attack these guys. Seems more interesting to do it that way.
So now the issue or the question is,
yes,
these guys, their leaders back here, right? So if I moved and ended up over here, are they out of command? Or because they're start with the wing leader, they're still okay?
They're stacked with their own wing leader.
Okay.
So when their command leader activates, they are attached.
Okay.
In fact, it's called attachment.
Right.
Because the wing leader attached them to the command. So yeah, they'd be fine with that.
Cool. All right. Well, then that's what I'll do. So I will go ahead and move him forward 1. So take another dingly-do on your...
Right, off of whichever one isn't
I think they're both
hit.
Equally...
No, one of them took a hit already.
Oh,
so
yeah.
The other
so the bottom
one
one,
take a hit now. And I have a cat.
Of course.
Hello, Spoo.
Let's see. We got a couple of people. Let's see. Michael. So Grim Harbinger says, yeah, good luck with cavalry in a French and Indian War battle. Yeah. Michael Shearer says, would you guys consider at some point going back to Volume 4 in the future and do the Battle of Germantown? No channel on YouTube has done a video on that one, and you guys streaming it would be sublime.
Oh,
well, that's yeah, because we did Brandywine, but we did not. We did Brandywine. Yeah.
We never went to go do Germantown, and far be it from me to deny the universe the sublime. I mean, that would just be wrong.
That would be on many levels. Okay, so then now I roll for my recall roll, right? And I have a +5 for being disordered and a +5 for having moved that one hex.
That's right.
So I got a
That's
10
exactly
altogether.
right.
Okay, so let's roll, see what we get. Oh, we're very happy about that.
Okay. Now you got 4 movement points left, and you can make facing changes twice at the cost of 1 movement point. So actually, I lied. You can't get there and face the right way. You don't have enough movement points left because if you turn and go 1, 2, well, then you've only got 1 movement point left, and you'll need to turn there. Does that make sense?
Right. Well, so
you could do something completely different.
So does it cost me every facing change I make, or I can?
No.
1 point is everything.
In 2 hexes, you can spend 1 point, and you can turn as many hex points as you like.
Right. So I have
But you can
4.
only do it twice.
Right. So
that's right. Yes.
So I could go. Well, I mean, when I advanced into, so when he vacated here, right? I could have advanced into this hex facing this way, right? Or no, because then he's not.
Because you can't pursue him. If
Oh,
you're facing
okay,
that way.
okay. So even though I'm facing out this way, it's kind of going down that way.
Him.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'd spend 1 point to go there. Then I could go. So that would be 1, 2, 3, and then 4 would be to turn and face somewhere else.
Because, well, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay. Yes. You could be in that hex, facing any way you want.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or I could be in this hex facing northwest.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So then we just have to cross our fingers and hope we get.
I think you're way better off doing it there because the infantry can keep these other guys off of you.
Right.
Because, I mean, if infantry's here and here, they're going to have bigger fish to fry.
So then which way do you suggest I face? Southwest?
Southwest for those guys that are...
Yep.
I mean, that's where the real danger is.
Okay.
Because, like I said, the infantry can make it difficult for his cavalry to do much from the other direction. I think that's the way to go. By the way, did you know David's gone again?
Oh, no, I did not know that.
Okay. That's all right. We've got our audience of 7. We don't need him anymore.
Well, we actually have 9. We've got 9 people watching. 9? So this is what is crazy. This is, there's no picture of me up in the corner, and we have more people watching this show than ever. So it's either there's no hockey, there's no Super Bowl, there's no Academy Awards, or you can't see my ugly mug, and now suddenly everybody is tuning in. Okay, all you people, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button.
Yeah.
So, we're down to 8 viewers now. Somebody suddenly realized, Eric's face isn't here. Oh, there's no point. There's no point turning in.
Wasn't really working for these people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you ask people to hit the like button. They're like, what have you done for me recently? Yeah, no, Germantown would be interesting. That's another one that's in the fog and people are confused and stumbling about. So
yes, in fact, that to me is one of the things about it, because I think, if I'm remembering correctly, the American attack, this is one of Washington's overcomplicated plans that inevitably fell to pieces.
Yep. Even before first contact with the enemy.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think that the Americans were coming from like 3 different directions at once, and of course hilarity ensued,
And
I think it was still a pretty good day showing for the Americans in spite of all that. But anyway.
All right. Well, I think we're ready to go back and throw some dice and see what's next. All the leaders that moved, all the formations, they've all been flipped.
Yeah, it looks like everything's flipped over, so I think we're all good.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you in Vassal yet?
I'm working on it.
Okay.
That's interesting. There's still only 2 of them, so he did get kicked out once.
Yeah.
however strange that is. Okay, Eric, it's your
Yep.
roll.
Here we go.
Okay, now what happened with the pursuit? Because I got disconnected
Oh
in the
yeah,
middle
we
of
need
that.
to we need to take a hit. Yeah. All right.
Oh
All
yeah,
right.
yeah, right. Yeah, that guy needs to take a hit, right? And then the pursuit guy is here. He succeeded in his recall check and then did some free movement to get up over that way.
Okay, so I need to take another.
No, I
You
already
already
took it.
did.
I already
Oh, you took
put
it.
it on you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so each of the units has taken one now.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Okay,
I just wrote a 2-0. So that's something for
02 is
the.
fog lifts.
Oh, nice. So
So that
now.
means that the fog is now at 5, and that means there is no more die roll modifier.
Are you sure?
Why would it mean anything else?
Well, because you had on the updated turn chart that everything was
Yep.
double. So at 5 and 6, it's 0. It's not a +1.
Yes, that is correct. It is at 0. So
Okay,
it's
cool.
just doubled. So 0 times 2 is still 0. So the fog is now lifted to layer 5, which
Yep.
means it's almost meaningless. And I didn't even pay any attention to whether we needed to advance the clock on any of these.
Well,
definitely needed to
definitely on the first one, and that's the
Yeah,
only
because that
one
was
we've
an
done.
11.
Yeah. So that with
Oh,
that's
yeah,
we've
never
only
mind.
had one turn
Yeah,
or one
right,
impulse.
All
Yeah.
right, all right. Well, now we're on to.
All right. So
we're
now
on to
let me
your
roll.
Go
Let me
ahead.
roll again since I rolled the
Yep,
0.
yep.
Let's roll something
it.
else exciting. A 47. So that's going to
Okay,
move the
so
clock,
let's move the clock again, right?
and that's one for the Prussians.
And another
That
one
one
for
is right. That one is not a wing. Right.
not a wing. That's right.
Yeah.
Not a wing.
If it was a 3-7, it would be, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We got those guys down there. One, two. Again, just seeing this whole screen. 1, 2, 3. All right.
Let's see. Grim Harbinger is saying, yeah, Germantown was another of those needlessly overambitious plans, and also the
Yeah.
fog caused chaos as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and was that the one where one of the American generals was drunk, or am I thinking of a different battle?
Which battle wasn't at least one of the commanders drunk?
Okay, all right, it's a fair point.
All right.
Yeah, but no, that'd be fun. I mean, I
Yeah.
kind of wonder if we want to do Lobositz with the new rules while it's all still fresh in our mind before we move to Germantown. But I'd be perfectly pleased to do Germantown.
Yeah.
I was wondering what you were talking about there. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
that's
one of
another
our
one we've
one of
never
our
done.
suggestors, one of our viewers had suggested Germantown. So
5. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. I think. Okay. I think I will do my other cavalry regiment that's left. Schwerin.
Schwerin. Watch your language. No Schwerin today.
No Schwerin today.
No Schwerin.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. All right, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he's got to be within.
Well, and in fact, it's even nicer than that because the king's on that road. So the truth is he can be a long way away from the king.
There we go.
Alrighty, that was easy.
That
Your
was
roll, David.
My roll. Okay, let's see how long we can stay in the game this time.
Oh,
0,
what is that? The king
That's
falls
some-
off the horse.
Something.
No,
like
that's
that.
another fog lifts.
No, it's just more fog lifts. So now we're up to 6, and basically it's now meaningless.
The fog is now meaningless. And I'll roll another one here.
That's another one for
49.
you, and that's another one that moves the
That is a
clock.
win.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
another wing.
Michael says, yes, you are correct. He was drunk, caused friendly fire in the fog and chaos. So
All right.
your memory is correct.
Yeah.
And yet it's pretty funny because you stop and think about it. I mean, Lee did the same thing of these insanely overcomplicated battle plans, like 7 days, and inevitably Jackson doesn't show up on time, and it's funny. I guess when you're standing there in the tent looking at a map, you just think it's all going to be so easy.
Yep. Let's see. Michael Scherer says Brigadier General Adam Stephen.
Ooh, really? Boy,
yes,
I don't
apparently.
remember that name at all.
Well, obviously, Michael Scherer is a big Germantown fan.
Must be. Yeah. I just remember the drunkenness. Apparently, that tells you something about me. I remember the drunkenness. I don't remember the guy's name.
Right.
All right. I think I'm just going to do Bevern.
Okay, Bevern's up in the vineyards. Exciting.
Bevern is up in the vineyards, and let's do some artillery. Let's do let's do this artillery here, and I need to run for just a second. I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right. It's funny. I just realized that if you looked at this vineyard and took it literally,
right,
it's nearly 2 miles from one end of it to the other.
Oh wow, yeah, I suppose so.
That's a lot of vineyard.
That's a lot of wine.
That winery is going to be busy in the fall, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, and that's interesting. If it's a case where so then the Austrian deployment, having all those units over here, if you're going to feed them into the vineyard in order to have that whatever it is.
Keep the ratio.
Yeah, keep the ratio. Well, it's 2 to 1, right? So
3 to 1.
Oh, the Prussians have to have 3 to 1?
That's right.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and so until they get to the point of having 3 to 1, and he kind of weasel words it a little bit. He says, putting an Austrian unit back there isn't really the point. You need to have them up
right
where the fighting is happening.
Right.
Okay,
yeah, not a big bunch of them all back here somehow.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, there's a little bit of gentlemanly play required, but
what?
But
we're not gentlemen.
Oh well, but gentlemanly play. I didn't say you were a gentleman. Come on.
All right.
It does kind of mean that the Prussian really has to think about, I got to do that first. That's got to be priority number 1, and then that means that the rest of the battle going on that we're fighting right now probably isn't happening.
Well, the cavalry part would be. That's what happened historically.
Well, but not at 9 o'clock.
No. Yeah, much later.
The fact that the Austrians would be getting most of the activations because they'd be getting +3 on the initiative roll.
Wow. Okay.
And he shortened up the end turn a lot so that it's very possible that the Prussians really they're not going to get to do much else for a while.
Oh, interesting.
Until they get a handle on. Again, what he was trying to do is he's trying to slow the battle down.
Right.
He's trying to make it to where the battle is more likely to start becoming a general engagement, more like 11,
right,
not like 9. And he says, and yet in the game that people play, usually by 9 there's a battle going on. Well, sure enough.
By 11 you're done.
Exactly.
The Austrians have been rolled over. Yeah.
One of the other things he changed is he said he took out the dusk and night rules because it's like the battle never goes that long.
Yeah.
The real battle lasted till 3. He says the game usually doesn't even last that long. So it's kind of like, Why
Okay.
bother burdening the game with rules?
All right. Well, I'm going to
What's
start
one want to
moving here.
do?
Okay.
All right.
So
So I'm
are you
going
going to
to
do any
these.
firing first?
Oh, that's right. I can do firing first, can't I?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Let's.
I
Let's.
would. I mean, you don't have to, but
Yeah. I forgot. I can. I can actually do that and then move.
exactly.
So,
It's fire
all
first,
right.
move second.
All right. So these two will fire on that guy.
Do they
Oh yeah.
fire together or do they fire separately?
They fire together. All fires, right?
I don't know.
Yeah. The only one. The
So-
only ones that fire separately are if it's artillery and
Yeah.
infantry.
Okay. I've got, as I've said, I've got like 5 rules set in my brain. And,
Yeah, I
in,
know.
and in 2 of the rule sets that I'm playing right now, each stack fires separately. You can't combine them. So I'm just like, okay, what game am I playing today? All right.
What
Okay.
game? All right. So one of those is a Fusilier.
Right. Those guys are the Fusiliers, I believe. So they are
Yep.
only times 2, I guess.
All right. So I
At
got.
this range.
So they got 4 times 2 as 8,
Yep.
right?
And the other guys are
Is
musketeers.
4
and they're
times 3
2.
is 12.
No,
is
they're
20.
times 2.
Oh, they're times 2 also. Okay.
Yeah, at a range of 2.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Everybody's times 2.
Every
Then.
times
8
2,
times 2 is 16. So.
Yeah.
All right, 16 to 10. 1.5 to 1.
Right, with a minus something. Okay,
Because
roll.
you're a skirmisher. Yep.
97
Oh.
minus 10 is going to be 87. At 1 to 1, that's probably good enough.
No,
to see.
1.5 to 1.
1.5 to 1? Oh, okay. That's definitely a hit.
Still one hit.
Yep. And this guy here. All right. Bing. Okay.
Odd, so no morale check, right?
Correct.
All right.
Yep.
So this line's moving up.
All right, then I get to do a bunch of shooting at you, I guess.
Yep.
So how does that work? I'm doing it at a range
sorry.
of.
Did they come from here to there? Was that?
It
Yes.
was
Okay.
there to.
All right. Perfect. Yep. So basically, that hex can get hit twice from those 2 hexes at 2 hex range.
Okay. All right. So then that's, I guess,
what do you
what we
got?
would
You
do. So I got 5
got-
increments.
I think you got 4.
Oh yeah, I guess that guy's taking a loss too. So I got 4, and they are grand.
Well, the one loss you just took, right?
Yeah, I
That's
took it on
okay.
this guy here, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you
but
just.
this
so
guy
you,
must have.
You got 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got 5.
No, I don't, because this guy also had a hit from a previous turn.
Right.
That's what Michael is saying.
The casualty takes effect immediately. And
Yeah.
So, and now that you start moving, and he wants to do
Okay. All right.
opportunity fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not a
So-
simultaneous
Yeah.
thing.
No, so I've
Yeah,
got
didn't-
8.
no.
Yeah, so I've got 8 to your 10. So there's no pluses or minuses. And 86.
That's a hit.
That's
And a
hit.
morale check.
And a morale check.
Well, and a disorder check.
Oh yeah, because it's opportunity.
It's
fire.
op fire.
All right. So he's going to 3, right?
Yep, 3
Right.
hits.
Right.
Increase.
Disorder check first.
Disorder check. Oh, he's
he's
probably
disordered.
disordered. I'm sure he is. Yeah.
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 Oh, yeah, he's pretty good, but still.
Yeah. We got disorder and
And roll for your route.
Morale.
no routes. We're good.
Oh,
Well, I mean, he can be shaken,
Right.
not routed.
Right. So disorder. There's the disorder. Okay.
There you
And
go.
one
There
more.
you go.
Boom. And he is
Oh
shaken.
my
Yeah,
word!
he is shaken.
Wow,
Ah,
wow, that's tough.
increase. All right. Well, that's all right. So this one here will go 1, 2, 3.
is it 3, 4?
Yeah, are you allowed to bleed?
Yeah. That's I am allowed to bleak, but is there a plus for infantry for that it looks like
Oh,
there's
you mean
a
the slope there? Yeah, I
yeah, it
don't
looks like
know.
a slope
It's
there.
so hard to see the slopes on
It
this
is, there
screen.
is a slope there, right? It's that shading. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
So
All right.
where did that guy start? Was he here? So
yeah.
that's going to
Oh,
be
there's two
one,
slopes.
2, right? So it turns 1, and
Oh,
then that's going
yeah,
to be
he
2,
turned.
3.
2, 3.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
actually
Okay.
he's probably, unless he wants to rapid march.
Unless I want to rapid march, I don't think so. They're good, but not that good. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
All Prussian infantry units can move obliquely without paying the extra movement point
Oh, okay.
costs.
This is what's crazy because, this battle takes place before Prague, but in Prague, only the grenadiers.
Only
I
the
don't.
grenadiers
Yeah,
can.
we're
Yeah,
going,
I
and
know.
then at
It's
Colon, it was we had
it's
another set of rules for it. So
exactly.
yeah,
It is very odd how it kind of comes and goes.
yeah.
Not really
All
sure I
right.
can explain that to you.
Yeah. Okay. So this group here is going like that.
Exciting. So how much does that cost to go through the
Two,
Whatever
I
it is,
guess.
they're only
It's
Right?
cost
yeah, they're
2?
only
Yeah.
going 1, and that's going there, and that's going there, and all right. So if they limber and move, they have to make a disorder check. Is that a true statement?
If they limber.
Oh, what, the guys that are in the vineyard?
Yeah.
Oh, now that's actually an interesting question. Let me double check because it's possible that um, I'm looking for limbering and unlimbering. Where is it? Come on, I know you're here.
Well, I think we'd said something about unlimbering, or wasn't there something weird about being in the village and then unlimbering
Well,
caused some sort of check or something? Didn't we talk about that a few weeks ago?
the thing that I'm puzzling over artillery formation changes. Artillery formation changes. Yeah, okay. So, I'm sorry, is he in the winery? He's not in the vineyard?
There's one
Or
in
is
the
one of them?
One's in the
one
winery
stacks
and
in
one's in the
right.
vineyard.
Okay, all right. So if I look here on the terrain effects chart,
Let's
which I am desperately struggling to get my fingers to make it happen. So the vineyard has an asterisk next to it, which means it's affecting non-clear terrain for disorder checks and for a couple of series rules I'll explain in a minute. And the winery, is it
It's considered
village hex?
village. Yeah, it's considered
Okay,
village.
all
Yeah.
right. And village also is. So,
Yep.
so you see the asterisk there, and you see the little note. It's referring to Series Rule 8.7. And Series Rule 8.7 basically is for making certain types of formation changes in unclear terrain. And it's only certain ones that are listed with an asterisk next to them in Section 8.6. And in that event, that formation change takes all of your movement points.
Okay, so if I did a formation change there, but it doesn't.
You could
all right.
You could go to limbered and face in any direction you want, and then you're done.
Okay, all right. Now I also can prolong, right?
You could also prolong,
Yeah.
yes, but you can't do both.
Right. I know I can't do both.
Yeah.
All right. I'm
Right.
going to prolong there. I'm going to prolong there, and this
Yeah.
group was
Yeah,
this.
because once you get out of the nasty, then you get more flexible about your movement.
Right, and that group there. Okay,
Oh,
I
okay.
think that's going to be all for Bever.
Okay, now those infantry that just moved, were they part of that unit, part of that line that just moved?
No, they were one ahead of that.
They were already one ahead. Okay, good. All right. So everyone's only moved one hex. Okay,
Right.
perfect.
And,
Got it.
and 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2, 3, 4. Okay, so everybody's in command, and he's still in range of the king. And he's in range of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 range of Keith. Okay, so we can go. We can flip him over. All right, we're back to you,
Exciting.
Michael. And we can put some finished on those.
I put the finished on the artillery for you. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
79.
We just advanced the turn clock again, and it is yet another Prussian activation. Not getting bored with that, no sir.
All right. So let's go with the we'll go with Kleist. All right.
Gesundheit.
Right there, and
Okay.
we will do these artillery also. All right.
Okay, so you've got
So
some
those are in
12
clear,
pounders, and you've got some 24 pounders.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some 12s, and then okay, so he is going to limber, and then he can move one.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. Boom, boom. All right, so let's go here, and you don't. Okay. All right, I'm safe too. That, and they're going there. And 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And all right, so that's that. And we got a few more here to go. These are the KLs. Let's see. All right, and this last guy belongs to the guys down below, so
yeah,
he's the out of command one. All right, I think we're done with that.
Eric?
All right, here we go. Hey, we finally get one, and we don't move the clock in the process.
Holy moly!
Indeed, there's lots of
know how to act.
Lots of moly. All right, what do you suggest we do, Commander?
Punt?
No, we don't want to punt.
Oh, okay. Well, that's too bad.
We want to get our revenge. Revenge.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, boy, I don't know. Obviously, we've kind of got an immediate crisis here in the middle.
Right.
Well, not real immediate because nothing more I can do there, right?
Well, yeah, but you've already gotten to do all your activations. We have to be ready for the real likelihood that you're going to get to do all your activations again next time. So, yeah we need to do something about it now. So, I mean, I've got infantry and road column that are back in the sunken road. I mean, I guess they're probably not in any real danger at the moment, but we've got some skirmish cavalry that we probably need to deploy in order to try to gum up his cavalry.
Right.
It looks like my infantry to the south are, more or less ready to receive them
Right.
if they needed to. So I don't know that we need to really panic about them yet. Obviously, you've got some opportunity to take a couple of slashes at them,
Right.
and seems like you probably should, because you know how many chances do you get for that?
I don't know.
Um, you you've got artillery that probably needs to keep rolling and getting the hell out of the way,
Yep.
setting up back in Lobositz. So, I mean, the good news is we are only not even halfway down the end turn marker, and the end turn now genuinely is 9.
Right.
And he's basically done everything. He's got
Right.
what, 1 unit left that hasn't activated. So I mean, I think we can reasonably assume we're going to get to move several, if not everyone.
Right.
No, I've got 2 more.
You got 2 more.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
He's got PB and J, and then he's
PB
got
and J. It's pretty tasty.
yeah
2,
PB.
2 infant.
He's got
Or
no. It's just PB.
oh,
It's the
just
last
one.
one left. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, okay. So then probably then Veed would be our best bet to do something with, right? So that's going to be
yes,
going to be
Veed.
these guys and
Yeah,
all that
yeah,
stuff, and then we can also
you,
do stuff with the guys up there in the vineyard at the same time.
yes, absolutely. Yeah, might as well.
Okay. So where is a good place for these guns to get? Just into the village and then
I'm
unlimber at some point,
thinking,
or
yeah, I'm thinking. Well, yeah, actually, that's interesting because of what we just learned. Um, if you unlimber out of the town and then prolong back into the town, that might be better, because if you're in the town and then do the unlimbering there, it takes your entire movement to do
right.
it. So I don't know, just something to think about there.
Right. So if this guy goes 1, 2, he unlimbers here, and then
Yeah.
he could reverse engineer himself back into the town.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You just prolong backwards.
All right.
So that
So we'll
might
go ahead.
that might make sense.
So
right?
before we get too carried away with that, let's go ahead and do our
you
fire
definitely
combat. So we'll
Yeah,
activate.
absolutely. I
We'll
don't
activate
think
all
you've
these
got any
guys up here.
disorders to recover from. So I
Not
think it's just fire
not that are
combat.
part of Veed's group.
Right.
So okay. So
Okay.
we got at least a little bit of shooting here. So we've got
Right.
these 2 guys here that can fire there.
Right.
So that's 4
And
straight points
doesn't half of that one be able to fire also?
Actually, he could. I don't know. I mean,
well,
well,
I can fire on
whether
that
it's
guy.
worth it or
Yeah.
not. Yeah, whether it's worth it or not, it may
Right.
change your.
Yeah.
So.
No, I'll have him fire on that guy there, I think, probably. For what little it's worth. So, although actually, I don't know, can he even hit you? Probably not.
yeah, I don't think so. I think
Yeah.
it'd be less than 1 to 3.
So I've got 10
4 times
to
4.
yeah. So I got to no, it's 5 times 4. They're Grenzers. Oh no, they're Grenadiers.
To
Okay.
Grenadiers.
Yeah. So yeah, so there's going to be 16 to 10.
Yeah, so there's
1.5
there's
to
no
1.
reason to
Yeah.
add the Grenzers.
Yeah.
So yeah, 1.5
Here we
to
go.
1.
69 at 1.5 to 1.
That's enough for another
Good
hit.
enough for a hit. No morale check, but now you're half
Another
dead.
hit. Yeah. Ooh. And that's an increase.
Yep.
69 is enough.
At 1.5 to 1, yes, it is.
At 1.5 it
I-
is. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any of the charts. I
No,
can't.
no, that's totally understandable. I was always amazed when people could tell me what the Labatt combat results were. I'm like, really? It just seems like a big, long fire combat table to try to memorize, but this one seems simpler to me.
Well, after a while, you've played enough, okay, at this odds
know.
of XYZ, it's going to be a hit kind of a thing.
Right.
All right. So those guys have fired. They're not going to move. They're going to stay there and be content to do some more shooting, I guess.
Mhm.
And then this guy is just going to rotate. He's the next in line. We can have these guys, though, move. They can go there. I guess they could go here even. And I've got now 3 in that hex. That's good. And then this guy's going to go 1, 2. And what's it cost for the skirmishers to go through the vineyard?
The skirmishers can go multiple hexes in the well, they can't disorder. That's
They
right.
can't disorder, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yep. It says 2, right?
Cost 2, so they could go through 2 hexes.
Yeah. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Yep. Okay. All right. So that's our little fun adventure with those guys, and we will place a finished marker on them. Okay. Cool. And then we'll flip over Draco. Okay, so we're done with all the adventures up there. All right, so now the artillery that's on the run back here.
Right.
So these guys, the 12-pounders are going to go back here. They will unlimber. And let's change their orientation. And they're facing a vertex, correct? Yes.
Yes, if they're unlimbered, they
Yeah.
would be, yeah.
All right. And the 6-pounders, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. They could get back here, I guess. No, they'd have to turn, right? 1, 2, 3. So should I just move them back here and then keep them limbered still, or what's your thinking?
Yeah, I mean it's kind of ugly because you got those enemy cavalry units in the area that kind of give me the willies. Kind of hate to leave these guys out in the open without at least having them unlimbered. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, I can move them here and unlimber them.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that might make.
So
more
the question
sense,
is,
honestly.
what do you want me to do with this infantry that's here? You said something about attacking his cavalry or doing something to his cavalry.
I mean, I would, right?
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
so how does that work? Because I don't recall when I played the Austrians before, my infantry did not attack cavalry.
well, right. So if you think about it, this guy turns
Right.
and moves right there.
Okay.
This guy can't react.
Right.
He's disordered.
Yeah.
And the most you can hope for is that he's going to almost certainly, I mean, even if he tries to retreat before close combat, he's going to it looks like he could actually retreat over that guy, I guess, because he can't go there because he'd be overstacked.
No, he wouldn't be overstacked there. Why would he be overstacked?
Yeah, because the stacking
I'm sorry,
limit
because
is
he's all
18,
spread
yeah.
out. I'm sorry, never mind. I was thinking that was still 2 because I saw how many units were piled up there. I forgot that there was a leader. Yeah, so I guess you're right. He would probably be able to get away if you decided to close assault him. On the other hand, if he tried to move, you'd have 2 infantry battalions there to shoot at him. So that would be fun. And it'd be harder for him to recover from his disorder recovery anyway, because he'd be in an enemy zone of control. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to let him get away with this. I'm going to move up and make him fight me instead of doing what? Running for the village? That's not going to work. He can run faster than you can.
Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. So obviously this guy can do something, but then what do these guys do? I'm not quite sure where they end up.
Well, I mean, I don't know why you're asking me these questions. You play as well as I do.
I do, but I'm not used to. Trust me, I'm playing 5 other different games, so.
Right. To me, if this guy moves there,
Right.
and that guy moves there,
Okay.
and they're both facing southeast, then this guy could move here and be facing either southwest or west. And then these guys could just keep moving down. These guys keep, oh, excuse me, you can't see my cursor. These guys all keep moving down. These
Right.
guys keep moving down.
Okay.
You keep just kind of tightening things up. And then we're going to have to do something to try to keep these guys from just breaking out all over the place. And I assume that probably these
Yep,
skirmish
the
cavalry
skirmishers are going to have to do
a
it.
big
Yeah.
role in keeping him from moving around very much.
Yep. Okay. Well, all that being said, I think I have an idea then what to do. So, so this guy then would turn, and then he's moving there, right? Because I can't shoot anybody now. And then you're saying this guy would turn. That's 1, and then 2, 3 gets him there.
Right.
And then this guy would go 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Like that.
And he could turn or not.
And what, face towards the
he could either face towards the infantry or not.
Right.
Right. I mean, you're not really worried about the infantry attacking you this turn.
No, it's
they're
not
too
likely.
far away
Yeah.
to get at you, so it's possible he could maneuver a cavalry around to your flank, though.
Right.
On the, so there's an argument to be made. You have another movement point. If you want to turn facing west, that might not be a bad thing.
Okay.
But you do you.
Okay. So then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 gets him there. 1, is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3 gets him there. I'm not sure why you needed the extra movement point.
Because I'm trying to. So 1, 2. Oh yeah, you're right. It's the zigzaggy thing. I was zigging the wrong way.
Yeah. So that was 1,
so
2,
then
3,
he can
and then
turn.
4. Yeah, right. Yeah, sure. Yeah, they could both turn. Yes.
Okay, and so then this guy would go 1, 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4 gets him to turn.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. That's starting to look like something approaching a line. All right, and then these chaps here, these guns, where should we park them? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, and then 4. We're going to turn them like that. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and turn them like that. Okay. All right. And then
and now that you've got that much going on, it seems like maybe those last guys really ought to just bring them straight south to the extent that you can, because you've kind of got a line facing west now, but we really need to start covering up
1,
the
2,
town.
3. So these guys then are, if they're coming, so they're coming straight down, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 gets them there.
That's right. Okay. Exactly. Yeah.
All right, and same thing for those guys. And these guys, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, all right. So then with my guns, do I bring my guns over so they can start to shoot at his approaching infantry, or keep moving them back towards the town?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. And especially because now you are kind of creating a line out there, you might as well provide some gun support for it.
Right.
That doesn't mean they all need to. I think the one you've already moved is fine.
Yeah.
I think you need to have somebody there to provide a field of fire around the area.
Yeah.
But that 6-pounder that's at the south, he's in kind of an awkward position.
Yeah.
So if he limbered, if he unlimbered, he of course can be facing any direction.
Right. But if he can't go to this hex, he'd have to turn before he could do that, right? And
That's
that's going to
right.
burn
Yeah.
up all of his movement just turning
Yeah,
around.
yeah. So that probably doesn't really work for him. On the other hand, the one above him, the 7-pounder, could probably just unlimber with an idea that he'll prolong next
Prolong
turn.
next turn, yeah.
You could just unlimber facing west. But that guy, you could maybe even unlimber him facing southeast.
This one here?
Yeah, I mean, you could,
Yeah.
right? With an eye that you've got infantry facing that way.
Yeah.
And you can't get him lined up with, he's 2 hexes away from the infantry that's to his west, so he can't really, he's not going to be in the line with the infantry very soon.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I think I'm going to put him over here. So I'll kind of build a little bit of a gun line over there. So
all right, you could
he'll
do that
move
too,
one. So that's 1, 2, 3,
2, 3,
4.
4. So
Gets
he's
him there.
facing that away. Okay,
Yep.
all right, that
and
works.
then I'll unlimber him next turn. All right.
Right.
And then this guy, we can unlimber him and have him facing that way.
Okay.
And then if we needed to change his facing next time, we could... Oh, actually, because we can only prolong forwards or backwards, right?
That's right. It's either a front hex or a back hex.
So if I'm here and I prolong there, then he would adopt the facing of the infantry unit, correct?
No, because he can't. It would require the infantry to conform to him.
Okay, well, that's what I was curious about. Who steers whom?
Because prolonging is very restrictive, right?
Right.
Because you can't turn and prolong.
Right.
So if you move into a hex, then you must be able to adopt the facing of what's already in the hex,
right.
Or it has to be able to adopt your facing, but you all have to be together by the end of your movement.
Okay.
So in that case, if you're prolonging, you can't adopt his facing because you can't turn. But the infantry would have to turn in order to allow you to prolong into the hex, which, again, I just don't think you'd want to do.
Right. All right, so this guy, instead, we're going to move him 1 hex. So it's 1, 2, and then we can unlimber him here. And we can then have him facing that way.
Okay.
Yep.
Very good.
And we can always turn him in the future.
Very, very good.
All right. And I think that takes care of everything for Veed. But now I need to move Mr. Veed. And where can I put him? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know why those guys got flipped. David must be flipping my units, looking at them.
No, I put a finished marker on your grenadier, but I have not been flipping your unit.
I'm kidding you, David.
We know you're barely able to manipulate your own units on your laptop, so what are the odds?
All right, so I think I need to stay 1 hex back here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 gets those guys in command. 2, 3, 4, 5 gets them in command. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, all right, so he's good there. Okay. All right, I think that takes care of Veed. All right, so I think, David, it's over to you to roll the dice.
All right.
Move the dice. Well, that's 1 for you, and that moves the clock.
Moves the clock.
Yes, it did.
All right, so I have 1 left, I guess we're saying. Okay. Okay. We've got it. All right. Oh, yes, that guy can prolong. He's the houses. He can. It's the 24s that can't. So those guys. That's the guy behind. All right. What's the slope for the 20 the artillery?
Slope is +1.
Okay, so all right, I'm just going to do the prolong to there. Let's see. Yeah, we'll do the prolong for that one too. And that would be his full movement to there. All right, so put some finished on all those.
Yep, I've got them. Yep.
Yeah, and that one too. Yep. Got it. All right. Okay, now we go. Let's see who. All right, so I've got the one guy up here that's out of command, so he can move half his.
Yes.
That's right.
So he can move
basically
2. Yeah, 1, 2. All right. And now this lead guard and the put Kramer down here, are they they're independents, right?
They are.
All right, but they're within range of their commander there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so.
Well, it doesn't matter if they're in command, right?
Well, if they're in command of if they're in range of the commander that's activating, they don't have to roll. If they're out of command, then they have to roll, right?
If they are within the range of the activated command leader,
right, that guy
or
here,
any non-command leader,
okay,
then they're in command without having to roll.
Right. So they're within the 5 of the activated command leader. So
yeah.
Well, then in that case, you don't need to look any farther.
Yeah.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And let's see. He's going to end up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so get there so we can go. Two, 3. Oops. Two, three, 4.
I gotta believe that's a southern meteorologist there.
Yes, I think that's pretty obvious.
I just couldn't believe that this was going to be a meteorologist in Southern California. I didn't know whose microphone it was, but I was starting to guess.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sounds very much Florida.
Nope, not Florida. South Carolina.
Oh, South Carolina.
Oh, I know.
Even Even better.
You're right. I am in Florida.
Yeah,
I'm
you are
thinking.
in Florida. Yeah.
I am in
You don't
Florida.
even know where you are. Wow. But you
Well,
know what the weather's like. So
it was a surprise trip here. So,
okay.
an unplanned trip.
All right. You got everybody
you can
in?
just say kidnapped. It's all right.
And okay, so we got that there. Okay, let's see. We moved him. All right, so now let's see. Keith has not moved yet, but he can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Keith can go there. And
then you got to either move the king or keep him where it's at, I guess.
Yep, we're gonna move the king up to here. I think that. Oh, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah. All right, square. There. Part of K. Is that this? That's PB. PB.
Yeah, so he's
okay,
part
that's
of
all that guy.
Keith's. He's part of Keith's
Right.
wing. Yeah.
And okay, K is the one on there. Okay. All right. So now we're. All right. So what? Now you're +1. Is that what it is? I go down 2.
That's right.
Okay.
All right. Is it me
I think
now?
it's back to you. Yep. Yep.
Back to you.
All right.
Oh, well, that's one for us, and it doesn't move the clock.
Wow, what a deal.
Indeed.
All right. So we moved Veed, and we moved all the guys up on the vineyard.
Yep.
So then, and a lot of your cavalry is already discombobulated, but that seems like the next most urgent thing to do is get your cavalry where you want them.
Yep. So I've got, I mean, Haddock is, I'm not sure, he's technically part of Lacey's wing. So he's his own separate little command. And then we've got,
yeah,
O'Donnell and Lowenstein are my two commanders. So I think right now, none of O'Donnell's guys are well, he's got 2. He's got, I think, these guys and these guys that are shaken and disordered are the only ones that are left of his command.
Right.
And then we've got, with Lowenstein, his only 2 that are functional are these ones that are over here that are disordered with the wing commander.
Right. Okay.
And then we've got the skirmish cavalry. So the question is, where do we want to put the skirmish cavalry? That's, I think, the more important.
Well, so yeah, no, absolutely, because that's gonna limit where they can move, right?
Yeah.
And it seems to me like, I don't want him getting in and penetrating anymore. So, skirmishers there, and there.
Right.
Well, mean that he's going to have to go through the skirmishers to get anywhere deeper.
Right.
And then obviously then you got your formed cavalry that could, either, come around back behind them or just come down here. My infantry is going to be moving forward. But it just seems like the skirmishers will make a good screen to keep him from coming any deeper while we try to fashion a defense.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep. So probably get them in the right spot first.
I mean, in my mind, they're the most urgent
thing. Yeah.
Because if I don't like what this is going to look like if his cavalry have free run in the middle of our lines.
Yeah. It's going to
So
be
so it seems like
pretty bad.
doing Haddock first probably makes more sense.
Okay. So we could do Haddock, and then these two guys are in command because they're adjacent to each other, and we can have either one or the other of these guys in command, but one of the others is going to be out of command, which means that their movement potential would be halved,
Yeah,
right? Um,
but
so yeah, but I
that's
mean, but their
probably
movement, so
okay.
that means he can move 7 hexes or 7 hexes while this guy moves 14
Yeah,
or whatever the
yeah.
case might be. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're
or
going to
vice
have
versa. Yeah.
Yeah.
you possibly be doing some turning in there too.
Yeah.
So if you were just thinking about your destinations, so how can you get it so that the one who's least able to move is able to get there?
Right.
And I think that would be pretty easy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, yeah. I don't think if this guy was out of command, he could get there.
Okay. So let's go ahead and do that then. So we've got him. So that's going to be, it's going to cost him, I guess, 1 to turn.
1 to turn. Yeah.
And there's
2,
2,
3.
3. And then where do we
Three
want
and a
him?
half.
3.5
Well, I mean,
to move him there. Is that where you want him?
I was just laying out 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, so that would be 3.5.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So he's there. Now, if I move within, is it 1 or 2 hexes of him he could opportunity charge me?
Yeah, you don't want to.
So I wouldn't want to put somebody there or there, right? Because then this guy could opportunity charge, right?
Well, that would be okay because it's out of his.
Is out of his zone. Okay.
Out of the zone, but yeah, then you're right. There or there would be better.
Okay, so this guy can go here, and he's got plenty of juice. All right, and then somebody over here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right,
Yeah,
and then the
then
last
probably this
guy.
guy needs to end up here, so he stays again out of the range there.
Okay.
So
let's see how we would turn him. There's 1, 2, and then that's going to be well. I don't know if that's the no. That's not the right way.
No, not that way. No.
Okay. So yeah, because a line backup costs 1. So we need to turn him.
You could do a line backup
there, and then turn him.
And then turn him. That's 2.
2.
And then you can just
3.
Go sideways.
4.
3, 4.
Oops. Sorry.
Wow. Well, that was exciting.
It was
4.
exciting.
I have you at 4 right there.
Okay. 4 and then 5.
Now, when he goes through that square there, can I opportunity charge him?
Oh, yeah, you've got a guy there.
I wasn't even paying any attention to that. I'm sorry.
Well, so he could line back up too, right? So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this is going to be 5, 6,
4, 5,
and then
5.5.
7.
So,
yeah.
Okay. So anyway, he could get there regardless.
Yep. Okay. All right, and then we can just move Haddock over here somewhere in the middle, so he looks happy. And
he doesn't have, because they're in skirmish, they don't have to do a disorder check. Is that correct?
Nope. Exactly.
Okay. All right.
All sorts of weirdness with these skirmishers.
Yes, which is why we love our skirmishers.
I meant to actually read up on them because I'm not familiar at all with what they're capable and how they do it on.
Well, I used them at Colon very effectively.
Yes.
Well, I remember, but you were facing Michael there, and I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention to what you were doing with him. So
and really, cavalry skirmishers are like a whole other beast. Where infantry skirmishers, you don't really want to let them get caught by cavalry. But cavalry skirmishers are just like the bane of of really good cavalry, because it's like you can't do anything.
Yeah.
And especially if you're playing with fatigue rules, you run the risk of blowing your cavalry without actually having made contact with the enemy. It's like, so.
All right, and that was your roll, Michael? Okay, so it's
It
over to
was,
me?
yes.
Okay, here we
Yeah.
go. Oh, it's a special thing. It's more fog is lifting.
More fog lifting.
Wow, that fog is like stratospheric at this point.
It is. It's making smiley faces in the sky. Here we go. Let's roll again.
Nice.
So that's one for the Prussians, but they don't have anything left, and that doesn't move the clock. So that's another one for us.
So actually, I think it's.
Is it a tie?
We're +1 to him now, so it's not a tie.
Yeah, I didn't think
I just
so.
wanted to make sure I had that right. Yeah. So, all right. So that's another one for us.
Yep.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Now.
So.
Wait a minute. I thought. Oh, okay. So
you were +1 to us before.
Yep.
But now you move the king, so we're +1 to you.
Yep. Got it.
So that's not a tie.
Yeah.
But.
And you don't have anybody left to move, do you?
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay. So then it's definitely an activation for us.
Yep.
Okay. So you've actually got O'Donnell and
Lowenstein.
Lowenstein,
yep. Right. Okay. So yeah, I mean, obviously you want to move O'Donnell back, obviously.
Yeah.
And whether you want to do that right this minute or whether you want to wait, don't know. Lowenstein, certainly wants to get undisordered.
Yep.
Because he's in command, he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
While he's undisordered, because he's going to be undisordered. So, either one of those is fine.
Yep.
He's not in a great place now, but it's a lot better than it was going to be.
Yep. Okay. Let's go ahead and I guess do O'Donnell. So he's got this guy here who's shaken and disordered.
Okay. So we can at least
roll
work
for
on the shaken side.
Well, not the shaken side.
Excuse me, the disordered side.
Here we go.
Sorry. Yep.
25. I don't know if that's good enough. All of these guys.
He'd
have
a
21. Oh, just missed it.
That's too bad.
That is too bad.
Right. Yeah.
So he's got half his movement, correct?
He's got half movement.
Okay.
That is correct. And he can't do a line back up because he's disordered.
Yep.
So that's off the table.
So he would.
It's even worse, actually.
Yeah. So I don't know that he can do a whole lot. He could turn and move that way. He can basically only move 3 movement points. So 1,
That's
2,
right.
and
He's
then,
got 3 movement points, and really, gosh. Yeah, I mean, and you kind of don't want to have him any more exposed than you have to, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's kind of awkward because it would be supremely wonderful. I mean, I could bring infantry up.
Right.
And fully plan to.
Yeah.
And so that may be what.
So do you want me to move him out of the way?
The trouble is how do you move him out of the way, right?
Well, I could move him over here. And then he's behind my skirmisher. My skirmisher is going to maybe catch
that's
stuff.
Probably the best thing to do, and then stack him with the leader, and then pull the other guy back.
Yep. 1, 2 gets him there, and then 3.
Yeah.
Well, and 3 was the turn. Yep. So he's.
No, that was 3. Yep, that's right.
Yep.
Did you roll to see if he undisordered?
We did, and I just missed it by
he
a
rolled.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Rolled a 25. So.
Yeah.
I missed that. Sorry.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, and then this guy. Let's see. It's going to cost 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I can't go that way. Otherwise, I run into his zone potentially. So I got to turn that. It would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can move him back here, and then you could put your cavalry. I mean, your infantry out as a screen. If we want to keep him. Otherwise, I can only move him back 2 and then turn him back to face oncoming traffic.
To face west, yeah. Yeah, and I'm just trying to decide mean, how far do I want to move forward?
We're going to need to close this gap.
Yeah, no, but what I was just going to say is if you are willing to take the risk, I don't know how good this guy is. Is he?
Oh, I'm
pretty
sure
good?
he's brilliant.
Oh, no, he's not. He's not. He's okay, but he's not great. I was going to say, obviously, you could just line back up him to there, but then you got to roll for the disorder check. And
Right.
he's a 30, so not supreme.
Right.
So if you ended up here instead doing exactly what you proposed,
I'll
then
do
yeah,
that.
I mean,
Yep, and then I'll move the leader
and
there.
and then I can move infantry
yeah,
forward.
yeah. At least he'll have some coverage. So okay.
Yeah, it'll be a lot less pleasant.
Yeah.
For somebody to come storming in on it.
Yeah. Okay, I think that is as good as we can do.
Javid's rolled in.
Yep.
All right. Another
Well,
one to
that's
you.
one for us.
It's not moved. Bunch of low ones here.
Boy, yeah,
Yep.
a bunch of low ones. Crazy, really.
Well, we're happy. We'll take it.
Yeah. No, I don't blame you at all. Okay, so now at this point.
So at this point, the only person I've got of any concern about is, of course, Lowenstein or whoever his name is. Those guys.
Yep, that's right.
And then we still have a Prussian cavalry back here that's disordered and shaken.
Oh, that's right. I forgot all about him. That's too bad. Probably would have been better if I'd paid attention to him.
But I figured you've got your infantry here. You could do something. And I can always bring these skirmishers up and park them next to him. I don't know.
Well, but infantry skirmishers are just going to get hammered by him. So it's not as good as cavalry skirmishers for that purpose. Right. I was just going to take a look. I wanted to make sure that I remembered what my formation changes concern is. That is from march to road and road to march. Yeah, see, that's the problem there. And then looking at the where's the sunken road? Yeah, see, sunken road. It's just like, this is a nightmare. Okay. Okay.
So I think probably you should take it and do it something. We've got at least after this one, 4 more activations for sure.
Yeah. No, totally. All right. So I'm just looking to see where are my leaders here? So here's the problem I've got.
Right.
To go into march column takes all of their movement.
Okay. It takes all of their movement? Really?
If they do it in that
hex, in the sunken road.
The sunken road hex, right? So now what I'm trying to figure out is what would it cost me to get out of the sunken road?
Well, you need to move the guns out of the way, I guess, and.
Well, I'm going to move the guns. So I'm just trying to figure out where am I going? How do I get out? Sunken road. It says it costs 2, but what's the effect of? Okay. So if I move off the road into these clear terrain hexes, then I could make modifications more easily.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and do that activation. I mean, I'm going to be able to get everything done eventually anyway, but let's figure out who is that leader even. That's K, this guy back here.
Right.
And he is 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And these artillery units 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay. Yeah, so good. All right, so I'll activate the artillery so I can get them out of the way.
Right.
And I got to remember that I've got these guys out of command well back to the back, but I'll go ahead and bring them up as quickly as I can because they're part of K also.
Yep.
These guys way back the road. All right.
Now,
So the first thing's
are the artillery in command or not? I
they
guess
are
because
because
Brown.
Brown has got a range of
Yeah.
10, so that's
Yeah.
enough. So I think then
Well,
the
and they're
first thing
independent units anyway.
Yeah,
well,
that's
no,
what
but they
I
still got to trace command to
meant.
something.
Somebody.
Oh, really? Oh,
Right.
okay.
Well, yeah, it's either the current activated leader
Right.
or any non-command leader, or they can roll for themselves.
Right.
That's so you got 3 different ways that it could possibly get done. So I am thinking then that what I will do is I'm gonna need. I guess I really only need to move him forward 1. I'm gonna move him forward 2 anyway, and then. Like that. And then this guy's going to move half, 1.5, 2. March column is 3. To come out of March column is 3.
And then 4 to
And
go
then
into
he's got
line. Yeah.
1 movement point left, so he can go into line comme ça. All right. And then that's 1.
And line to the left is the easy one?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, because the
the
front
senior
company
company's
is
in the front.
In the front, yeah.
Yeah. So that's 1.5 there.
Mm-hmm.
And then
2.5 to come out, and then
2.5 to come out. And then what does it
3.5
cost him to go?
Well, he can turn and face.
Oh, you're right. He
Yeah.
could just do
Yeah.
3.5,
Yeah.
and he's that's close enough for the moment.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. And then we'll move to the infantry units way in the back, and they can only move half, so that's going to be 1 movement point, 2 movement points. And I'm not worried about the facing just yet. And that's 1 movement point and 2 movement points. And I will fix that facing. And I think that's it for them. And then I need to make sure that I move this guy forward enough to put everybody in command again. These 2 are the same outfit. So 1, 2, 3. So really he needs to be here. And eventually these guys will catch up.
Yeah.
It's going to be a while, but whatever. Okay. I think that's it for them.
Cool. I think it's over to you. David rolled the 22.
Yeah, all right. Well, then we'll roll something else.
Oh, it's a special something. 6-0 for the Austrians.
6 for the Austrians.
Combat segment. Choose an infantry fire, artillery fire, or close combat segment.
Okay.
Well, infantry fire, we've got infantry that can fire, right? These guys could fire on the guys that are disordered.
Well, yeah,
We've
probably
got
a pretty big target too, right?
Yeah, we've got artillery here, but I don't know that they can fire on anything.
Right.
So, can both of these guys fire, or just the one that's?
I don't know. That's what I was just reading.
Okay.
The special result. It's infantry fire segment. Any one command may be selected regardless of whether or not it's already been activated. Command leader doesn't have to be in command. The command performs a normal fire segment within the additional restrictions at Any unit that fires must be within the command leader's LOC, and independent and attached units may not fire. Only units of the actual command may fire. Draskowitz may be chosen for this result. Any Grenzers within his LOC may fire. Alternately, artillery, any unlimbered artillery unit or stack plus any artillery that is adjacent to that hex may be selected for fire, provided it is within the command range of a wing army or special artillery leader. Only one leader may be used. A wing or special leader doesn't have to be in command. Okay, so what does that mean?
So that means that this artillery that just unlimbered could fire on that guy?
That is exactly.
No.
Yeah, because he's within range of
yes.
the army leader.
Yes.
Yeah, and Lacey's over here, but he's too far away. So yeah, those two guys could fire, I guess, at this guy.
Even if they've already been activated this turn.
Yeah.
If these conditions are met, the artillery may perform a normal fire combat segment. So they can't both fire at him because they're too far away from both of them to fire. It would only be one of them. And whether that's worth it, I don't know. But it seems like it beats a stick in the eye.
Oh, because only one can fire at a time.
Exactly. Right. And I did think about stacking them together, but then I thought, I just decided not to. So whatever. So that's probably our best.
Well, it's either that or I've got a shot from the 12-pounders down onto this guy here in the flank.
Where's your 12-pounders?
They're up there. So it's a line right down there, yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah.
And so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hexes with 12-pounders. That's going to be times 8, so that's going to be 16. And then I'm hitting him in the flank, so that, I don't know, what did we decide that does? That just shifts the column, I guess?
Yeah, that's usually what we do.
So it would go from a 1.5 to 1 to a 2 to 1.
Well,
and he's got 14 increments or 14 points of stuff there. So that would be then a plus 15 on the roll.
So 2 to 1 plus 15, that's definitely worth looking at. And then the other one we would think about is if those 6-pounders are at what? 1, 2, 3, 4 hex range.
Yeah.
So what would that calculate out to?
So at 4 hex range, they're times 5. So you'd be at 10 to 10. You'd be on a 1 to 1.
It would be 1 to 1. It would 15. Not be in the flank, and it would be plus. Would it be plus 15? He's a 12 in size.
Yeah, 12 strength points is a plus 15.
Okay, all right. So certainly a 2 to 1. 2 to 1 plus 15 is a lot more interesting than a 1 to 1 plus 15. So I guess I'd have to say that's probably the better move. And the other unit next to him is not currently unlimbered, so he can't do anything about it. But whatever, close enough.
Yep. Okay.
So I think that's the move. Do it.
Let's do that. See what we roll. A 10.
Awesome.
Is that
the
a
worst
special?
Roll humanly
Nope. Okay, so then that just becomes a 25.
After all that calculation, nothing.
Okay.
Gotta like it. All right. I want to advance the clock. And that is a tide, so it's even worse because we have to roll again.
And that's not a tie.
The clock again, so it's another activation for us. Do you think that Lowenstein's going to do anything this turn, or is he just going to get himself undisordered?
Well, I was wondering if I'd managed to get him undisordered, if I could or should try to charge and hit hit these guys or something like that. Yeah.
You're going to be undisordered, to be clear.
Yeah.
Because you're stacked with a leader. So So just by activating him, he's going to be undisordered.
Right.
And then the question is what do you want to do? Because obviously, you you turn and present your flank. I mean, that's not great.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, it's not great where you are right now.
Yeah.
So
no, and if I can dislodge him or do something like that, that might be worthwhile. So
yeah, and you might get enough free movement to be able to turn and face another more a more delightful
or it'll just be a
direction.
big mess.
Well, it's going to be a big mess.
Yeah.
I think there's no question
Okay,
about that.
so let's go ahead. We'll activate him then, and
Okay, go ahead.
we'll go ahead, and so the disorders will be removed by virtue of the fact that they're stacked with that brilliant leader. Okay, and so then we can...
Based on that, you probably should have hooked that guy, but oh well, that's just how life
He didn't have
goes.
enough movement to hook.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
would have been nice.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll figure it out. He'll just form square.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah. That's my plan.
All right.
All right,
Just
so then
roll a
he
90
will,
for your...
yeah. All right, so he's gonna, whoa, where's he gonna go? So there's
Easy
1,
there, big fella.
2, and 3 gets him there, and then 4, 5, and then we can declare a charge. And,
Why not?
Yep, here we go. 33, they're gonna pass. So we're gonna just go right down the line. 1, 2, 3. There's our target.
Yeah.
And I can attempt to turn, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
you can. You can. Yeah, I mean, you can't. It doesn't really matter when you do it exactly because you know where he's going,
Right.
and you can't do anything other than turn.
Turn.
So that's probably the best you could do is just go ahead and turn. Roll your disorder check for that. It's going to be at +10, -5 for the leader, so +5 total to whatever the printed value is.
All right. Boom.
Yep, so they're happy.
Okay. Don't need to look that up. All right, so now they're facing the right way, and now you need to make your defender morale check.
Defender morale check.
And again, it's +5.
Yep.
Okay, all
No
good.
problem.
Now
Okay.
we'll go in for the actual combat.
All right.
So you advanced 3.
Yep. So I've got...
So you're at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I think is what I added up there.
Well, so they're 4 plus
Mhm.
2 is going to be 6.
6.
Plus another 3 is going to be 9.
9.
Okay.
And then +3 for the charge movement, it's going to be 12.
12. Okay.
Right.
And then
And the
he's going to be
defenders are
6. He's going to be 11 also. Right? 2 for being heavy cavalry, +3
8,
for
9, 10,
the...
11.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're 12, so it's +1.
Oh, +1.
+1.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
So
And
+1.
I've got 11 increments,
Still-
and he's got, I think, what, 7 increments?
7.
11 to 7, is that just 1 to 1? No,
No,
that's 1.5
1.5
to
to
1.
1.
Yeah,
1.5 to 1.
Okay.
1.5 to 1 +1.
+1. Here we go. Yeah, that's going to be a 2 in our favor. That's going to be an M and an M. An M and M.
All right. So the attacker always rolls first on those.
Okay.
So the attacker rolls first.
So we're happy.
All right. The defender rolls next.
Yeah, that is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So now we're going to a second round of combat here.
Yep.
So the charge and the +2 for cavalry all go away.
Right.
So we're now down to
Just what we've got
just-
on the counters.
just printed values.
Yep.
Exactly. So it's 1.5 to 1. Now it's going to be -2.
-2. Okay.
Right.
Here we go. So now that's going to be a
so that's
-4.
-4.
And that's going to be we lose 1 in rout, and they lose 1 in disorder. Not what we were hoping for.
No, but against those guys, you can't really expect much. Because, I mean, my God, those are the best of the best.
Yeah. Okay, and let's put a route marker on them.
And disorder. Morale disorder.
So now the question is, where do I go?
Yeah, that's a big problem, all right. I'm not sure what the special rules say about retreat destination or whether it says at all.
Okay, so is that one on each of those units there? Because the stack is kind of strange.
Yeah, there's one on each now. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I have one
There
on
was
each.
one before.
Oh, did it get cloned or something?
No, it's just.
Oh, it's just in the wrong order. Not a big deal, just in the wrong order. Oh, boy. Looking for... Where would I see that? Would I see it here? Austria. Yeah, the retreat's going to be a trick.
Well, I mean, I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I guess.
Yeah, and I think kind of you'd have to, because if your first priority is getting away from the local enemy, then that hex is every bit as valid as that one.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm putting distance between us with every hex I move.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I know that the usual thing is to try to make it as straight a line as possible, and you didn't really do that very well. But that seems awfully goofy too, to be retreating straight at the enemy in the opposite direction of your line of communication.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And the truth is, faced the way he is, he can pursue you anyway. So it's, as far as I'm concerned, it's all good.
Yeah.
Except, of course, he can't because of all the supply, the zones of control, but whatever. So
he would advance into the hex, right?
Yeah, he has to advance into the hex. The defending cavalry always advances as long as they're
if they're victorious.
As long as they were hitting the front.
Right.
So he needs to advance into your hex. And then, because he's in an enemy zone of control, or actually, to put it another way, because someone's in his zone of control, there is no pursuit.
Okay.
So, just done.
All right. Well, that was interesting.
Yeah. Not just exactly what you expected, but why not? Okay. Was that my roll? No, that was your roll.
That was mine. Yeah, I had all those zeros.
You kept rolling there.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. All right. David.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I got a 06.
No, that's not good.
06. That's the Prussians. Oh, the Prussians surrender.
Oh.
So choose infantry fire, artillery fire, or close combat segment.
Right. And so, and again, this one reads differently than in the other ones. So, we already read about the infantry fire combat segment. It's like only the units in one command, and they have to be within reach of their leader. Artillery is any unlimbered unit that's within the command range of a wing or special artillery leader, and you can even do the adjacent one. Or close combat segment, any one command may be selected regardless of whether or not it's already been activated. Command leader must be in command by any possible method, either LOC or leader initiative. The command performs a normal close combat segment. Independent and attached units may not participate.
All right, so he can fire. He's got some of those guns that prolong. Those could fire because they're within range of Molwitz or whatever that guy's name is. And he's got the infantry up on the hill, with Bevern that could
Right.
shoot of sorts.
Yeah, definitely some people that can shoot up there.
He prolonged the other guns down on the Holenberg, so they could fire.
Yeah, they don't have any
Oh, they don't have
targets.
any targets. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, KA or KY. Actually, where is KY? Where's the leader for KY?
KY is on this
He's over here.
Yep.
Right?
So the only one that's in command is, actually, he's got a command range of 5, right?
I don't know. Is it 4 or
I
5?
I think it's 5.
Yeah.
Most of his cavalry's got a range of 5.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
So
5.
in that case, actually, yeah, most of KY is eligible. They don't all have very good targets.
Targets, yeah.
But they got something. Yeah, I mean, KA really only has one stack who has a target. So that's not terrifically exciting. I don't know. What do you think, David?
I don't know. What do I think?
Do you think, David?
And I have to charge with the way they're already facing, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah, it's a close combat segment, so it is nothing but just go.
So my only targets with KY are basically skirmishers, so that's probably
exactly questionable how valuable that would be.
Yes. KA is a possibility because I would catch one of those guys in the flank.
Yeah, of course you'd have to attack them both, so it would be
I'd still have to attack them both.
1-to-1 odds, and
1-to-1.
one of them gets defensive fire, even if the other one doesn't. So yeah, I mean, there's some good things there.
And then the other would be pretty much, the artillery's probably not that great. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They at 11 there times 2, right? The 12-pounders and the 10-pounder.
12-pounders at 11, you say, or times 2? Yeah.
What about the 10?
10-pounder howitzer's only a 1 at 11.
All right. And these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 12, but it'd be halved because it's half blocked, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Not near as much excitement with this as it might have seemed.
Right, and then the last would be firing these guys up at the top.
These guys could fire. These guys. You basically have 4 infantry units that can fire.
Right, and then the disordered ones are halved.
Right.
Yeah. Let's do that fire up there. If I can knock out 1 or more skirmishers, that's
it's better than a poke in the eye.
Better than a poke in the eye.
Actually, it might be a poke in the eye.
1, 2, and those are 2s. So we got 8 and 8. We got 16 from these 2.
Yep. So 16 to vineyard
10?
is 15.
So it is. So it's 1-to-1 minus 10?
Yeah, 1-to-1 minus 10. Yep.
Okay.
Why is it only 1-to-1?
Because the fire defense in the vineyard is 15.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So 1-to-1 minus 10. That's not that great, but it's better than a poke in the eye.
Yep.
66.
It's not enough.
Nope.
And then the other one we got here, we got 4 there at 2. We got 8, and we got 4.
Looks like a total of 12. Oh no, I'm sorry.
So
You got
the
a
Fusiliers are
total of
times 3, so that's going to
right,
be 12.
12.
And
right.
then these are Musketeers, and you've got
Only 2
2 of
strength points
them,
can
and
fire.
they are
Times
Musketeers are times 4, so that's going to
4.
be
So that's
8. So
20.
you got
Yeah,
20.
20.
that's
Yep.
2 to
So that's
1.
2 to 1 with a minus 10.
All right. That sounds a little better.
That is better.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
that
there's a
is going
hit.
to be a hit. Palpable hit.
Actually, at minus 10, it's probably just 1 hit.
Yeah, because it's a 79, so that's a
Right.
single hit.
Yep.
All right. So that's going to scratch those guys. There's not much left of them now. Okay.
Okay. And I guess we roll again, right?
Yep. You roll again. See if we get something
All right.
exciting.
Boom.
So
24.
that's one for us, but it doesn't move the clock.
So.
All
No,
right.
oh, yeah, it is. Okay. Right. Okay. Yep. So what do we got left?
You've got all your
Oh,
guys. I've
But
moved
by the
all of
way,
my guys.
this guy needs to be flipped over.
Oh, okay. I could move him somewhere. Where's his? Well, his people are just all over God's green earth at this
All over
point.
Hell's Half Acre.
I'll
Right.
put them
So,
here, so that way, if that guy recovers and that guy recovers,
okay, perfect.
or
You do
maybe,
you.
oh well, I guess I could stack him with you, right?
You
1,
could
2,
stack
3,
him
4,
with one
5.
and try to
1, 2,
recover
3,
him.
4, 5. Oh yeah, he'd be right in the middle of everybody. Okay.
Boy, do you want to do that? That unit's nearly gone. What difference does it make if it recovers?
Oh, you're right.
Put him with the other one. Seems like it'd be a lot more likely to be useful.
Well, they're all shot to crap is the problem.
Well,
This
hasn't
one up here?
Lowenstein already moved?
No.
What he's saying is I didn't move the leader when we finished the phase.
He didn't. He activated the stack, but the stack actually had.
Yeah, it didn't have Lowenstein.
He should have remembered to flip the leader over at the end of the activation,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Oh, I totally forgot any of it. I should just move him." I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, just move him, and then flip him over."
Yeah.
Because
So I'll
that
just
was
park him
that
there.
guy's activation. It was really his activation. It's
Yeah.
just that these guys were attached.
All
So,
right.
all right.
Now Radicati, he's the wing leader?
He's the wing leader, yeah.
Okay.
He's feeling a lot like Pickett right now.
Yeah, I bet he is.
Generally, I have no wing. Pickett after Pickett's charge. I got nobody.
All right.
Got nobody.
Right. So,
I ain't got nobody.
so that's really part of the last turn then. Okay.
Yeah. I was just catching
that
up
was
on
really the last
yeah.
activation. Yep. Okay, good times.
So who's activating?
I think you've done all yours now.
I'm all done, yeah. So it's
Okay,
all
I
your
just
stuff.
wanted to
You've
be
got
sure.
your cavalry down
All
in the
good.
south. You've got your infantry that's there north of Solkowitz.
Yeah, totally. All right, so we'll go ahead and activate McGuire. That's that guy right there.
Okay.
And
All right, I missed that. Where is he? Let me zoom out.
he's
Okay.
right there. Two, three, four. I can live with that. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. All right, so he's got those guys there. I'm just trying to figure out what to do. He's got those guys behind him. Okay, all right. Well, then we'll go ahead and just start marching because that's what we have to do. And whoops, had more things selected than I thought I did. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is going to be... Oh, interesting. All right. I'm going to go ahead and move them 1. And I was wondering where all the artillery was.
It was hiding underneath them.
Yeah, it was. I was quite confused by that. And then I guess we'll do this. And this. And then that. And so that's good enough for that moment. And then that leaves me room. I can move the rest of these guys out. It's so hard for me to see these counters. Okay, I see who that is now.
Oh, W-O,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, W-O, I was just trying to figure out. And then there's P.
Right.
So, okay, I think that's good. And then the leader himself, where am I going to put him? Oh, I guess I'll just put him here. Okay, so that's it for them.
All right, it's your roll.
I bet I can do it.
You did. And it didn't move the clock.
Look at me. It doesn't even move the clock.
Nope,
Isn't
it doesn't.
That weird?
That is kind of refreshing.
That's freakadelic. Okay.
That's all the fog lifting that happened. We had a nice breeze that blew everything away.
I can see clearly now. My brain is gone. Okay. What does this hex look like? Is there... Nope, it doesn't look like there is. I'm going to move this because I'd like to see what's under it. Okay, nothing. That's good. That's my favorite kind. So let's go ahead and do P next, just because I need to get these guys out where they can do something.
Which one is that?
That's these guys
P
here.
Is this guy. Some in the swamp, some not in the swamp. Okay. I'm going to turn 1, 1.5, 2.5, 3, and 4. Yeah, let's just do that. All right. So all these guys are going to move together. They're going to go 1, 1.5, 2.5, 3, and then line for 4. Just like on the parade ground, I tell you what, it's a beautiful
very
thing.
Pretty. Very pretty.
Oh, yeah. Very nice, really. And then these guys are all going to go 1. I don't know how many movement points I'd need to go into line, even if I want to go into line. Looks like I'd need 3. Yeah, looks like I'd need 3, which I have.
Right.
So I'm probably not going to stay in column much longer anyway, so let's just call it 3. All right, so that's good. And then we'll just put him here, and we're good to go. So that was it for that activation. And let's keep going. think it's your turn, Eric.
Okay, here we go. And that's another one for us. That does not move the clock.
Well done. Well done. All right. So we'll go ahead and do WO, more of the infantry in this area. And I guess I will just go ahead and move these guys 1, 2, 3. And then these guys must be in road right now. So I'm going to take this guy out of road for 1. And then 2, 3. Probably okay, just leaving him like that. This guy's going to come out of road for 1 and go into line. Whoops. How about I move this guy off? He's making me dizzy. All right, so that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, and then that's 4. And then we'll put the leader 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's close enough. All right, so that's good. All right, so now we got a respectable looking organization down there.
We do.
And we'll just move down to my cavalry when we get some more activations.
All
so,
right.
David, is it your roll?
Yep. Boom.
Oh, that's going to move the clock. Well, and it's a tie, too.
Oh.
Yeah, roll again.
Yeah.
Another one moves the clock, but that one's ours.
Okay, so we're down to 9 now. So we may or may not get that last activation. All right, so that means I need to get these guys out and deployed in a hurry. And that's going to be easier said than done.
Well, you do have one group on the road there, so.
Well, yeah, but I don't want to leave them in road column. So it doesn't do me any good.
Well, you can at least get them forward into there. You're not in range of me to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3.
Closer than you think.
It's still. You got at least one more turn, so even if I. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I still can't reach the road, even if I maximum.
Yeah. Okay. And then let me
Just
look at this other outfit down here. He's got.
So these guys, well, pick who you're going to do, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to figure out, do these guys down south, do they serve any purpose moving up and screening these other guys on the road? I can't move very far. I can move most of those guys through, not very far. So the guy in the back would move half, 4.5, 5. And then he'd probably still be in column because he probably can't get out of column with what's left, although he could do a rapid march perhaps. What would I need if I wanted to come into line? I would need 2 more movement points. Okay. So that would be 1/2, 4.5, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I could probably do that. All right. And then what would it cost me to go the other way? No, it wouldn't cost me anything. All right. I think I'm going to activate these guys first.
Okay.
Boy, I say that.
So The guys in front would have their disorder marker removed, I guess.
Yeah, I think I'm about to change my mind. I think I'm about to do the road column guys first, because you're right. I mean, the only problem would be is if you get 2 activations before I activate.
Yep.
1, 2. All right, we'll go ahead and activate these knuckleheads over here instead, the guys on road column. Don't know that there's anybody there who's in any unusual status. Don't think there is. Everything looks pretty normal there. Trying to figure out what a leader is.
He's over here.
Oh, right. So
yeah.
he could be close enough to Lucchese.
For a wing,
it.
yeah,
Okay.
for a wing activation.
Yeah. Okay.
And
All right,
and
so
actually, one of these guys is part of that group. This stack there.
oh, so he is.
Yeah, that's why he's out there.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's so he would be able to reach him for a wing.
Yeah, but
Well, I don't know.
you do
maybe
have him over there, yeah. So you
three,
split him up,
okay.
probably inadvertently.
No,
it was on purpose.
either inadvertently or I just realized I couldn't get there.
Right.
I think they started out on the other side of the creek from their colleagues.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
what
what
happened.
happened.
Too far forward and it was too late. Yeah. All right.
And
All right. Well, so the first things first is I need to roll to put this guy in command in case anybody wants to do a
rapid march.
A rapid march. I'm gonna say that's probably a yes. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's see what we got here. So that's 1. That's 2. That's 3. Okay. Yeah, looks like I'm going to be doing a lot of rapid marching. So that's 3. It'd be 4 for him to come out of out of road, and then 5, 6, 7 to turn this way. So we'd have to roll for him. Okay. Now this is 1, 2, 3, so it's basically the same thing. And then 4 to come out. Oops, not what I meant. And 5, 6, 7. It's going to be the exact same thing. Okay, I'm getting pretty happy about how that works.
We could blame David for that because
wouldn't they be here?
I'd have to actually reread the rule, but the truth is all I'd have to do is spend another half movement point and I'd be there anyway. So I'm rapid marching anyway. So
okay.
Remember how this works. There's that goofy rule that because these are actually the same unit, right? It's the A and the B.
Right.
They can actually take up 3
hexes between the 12 increments.
3 road order hexes with the 12 increments. Yeah. So I'm not really sure if he's supposed to literally be in the back or if he's supposed to be in the...
Nope, I got it.
But either way, it doesn't matter. And he's going to be okay there too. All right. 1, 2, 3. By the way, I noticed that he also made some changes about some of these causeway hexes in the rules.
Okay.
I didn't really read them carefully because I knew we weren't going to play them tonight. But I was considering that we'd kind of had some arguments about like these hexes right here. It's like he apparently dealt with them somehow.
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, and then that would be
a half, I guess. 3.5. 4.5.
Yeah, except actually, I think I could probably just go 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and then 5,
5, 6.
6,
Okay.
like that, and I don't need to rapid march, so I think I'll just do that instead. Okay, and it's the same thing with these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. So he needs to go to 7, so I'll roll for him. All right, so he's disordered. All right.
Did you roll for that one?
Yeah. Yeah, I rolled a 49.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I guess I can do that for 6.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4.5. 5.5. 6.5. I'll go ahead and roll disorder recovery for him, or disorder check for him. Okay, all right, so that's all unscrambled. I'll have to reread that rule and see exactly how it works. It comes out because there's a lot of units like this at Chatuzitz, and so in the rules he reminds you that there's this goofy rule that would be easy to forget, but which is handy because of the way the Austrian cavalry are set up originally.
All right.
In the middle of a marsh.
Yep. And then that's the last two.
1.5. 5.5. 6. And 7. So he's going to have to roll with a +10. 1 for going through the marsh and 1 for the... And he's disordered too. Okay. And then the leader, of course, can probably go traipsing through the marsh. Yeah, he only pays 1 to go through the marsh. It's just... Sure. The leaders just get this screaming deal. I think I'm more interested in helping the guy who's potentially in trouble, though. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and everyone will still be easily in reach of him. So I think we're just going to call that a good start.
Well, and did you want to move Lucchese so he's stacked with the other guys that's disordered, or are you saving him for a rainy day?
Oh, yeah, there's no reason not to. You're right. That's a good point, because he's obviously not going to do a wing activation now.
Nope.
Good call. All right, very good. That's it. And is it my roll now?
That is your roll?
Probably the last one. Uh-oh.
Oh, it's a special something for the Austrians.
Special 9-0 is a double activation.
Activate any 2 commands. Well,
which is pretty funny considering I think we only have 1 left, right?
Yeah, it's just your guy, right? I mean, yeah.
How's that for a little twist of the knife? Congratulations! Any 2 previously unactivated commands in a normal manner. Not a wing activation, and the 2 can be whoever they want. First command completes before the second one proceeds, but there is only 1.
Right.
There can be only 1. I'm just double checking, right? I haven't lost my mind?
Not too much.
I mean, I haven't lost my mind too much. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I guess, well, we know who it's going to be.
Yep.
And he's going to need to roll just in case he wants to do any rapid marching, and I don't think he needs to.
Nope, he doesn't
Looks like
pass
he's not going to be
anyway.
doing any rapid marching. All right, but we are going to go ahead and get rid of these
Disorders
here. No más disorder, por favor. And then if I just move these guys forward, wonder how many more times I can click on this. All right, that would be 1, 2, and for this guy, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and this guy's the one who's got the problem because he's got 4, 5, and we'll just make it 6, and he'll roll for disorder.
Ooh,
special result. Haven't gotten a lot of those. Special result for disorder movement is a 7. If the printed ER is 26 or more, re-roll with a +10. It isn't. So if not,
no modifier.
Re-roll with no modifier. Well, there we go.
Yep, they pass.
Made it okay. All right. And then we'll put him here like that, and I think we're going to call it good.
Okay. So
what about Brown?
Yep, Brown, man of renown.
We since he's on the road, probably needs to be a little further north if he's going to talk to Lacey, though.
Yeah.
Because Lacey's so far off the road. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Actually, it's closer than you'd think. 2, 4, 6, 8. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so he would need to move a little further north, and because Colrat's on the road anyway,
right?
We could certainly move him north quite a bit.
Cool.
I think. And then both of them would easily be in command.
Good. So and then I'll move Lacey as well. Let's see. 1, 2. So see if I can get him here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's Weed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Haddock. Okay. So now he's got both of his boys. So if we get a wing activation, we could activate the Haddock and Veed at the same time.
Perfect.
Cool.
Perfect. Okay. So I think we're all done. So let me just roll to see rally order. So the Prussians rally first.
Yep.
All right. So I've got the shake. Is it shaken and disordered first?
Shaken
right?
So
first.
shaken
yeah.
first.
So you got that guy Bevern's guy up there. And
so
yep. So he's half dead.
No, this one. That's who I'm.
Okay. Ooh, where are you at?
I'm sorry. Is there another one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, this guy, right. Yeah, actually, it probably would have been a good idea to make sure that skirmisher was turned in such a way that he was in a zone of control. But whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's at +15.
He's fine.
All right.
So now he's just disordered.
Only disordered.
He's just disordered. That's right.
All right. And okay, so and
then you've got that infantry with Bevern, the guy who's
yeah.
And he's at +45 or something because everything possible in the world could be wrong for him.
So all right. So and he's
definitely not.
All right. So he just doesn't come back,
He just stays, yeah.
That's right. He just remains shaken. That's right.
Okay.
Did you have any other shakings, or was that it?
I think that's all I got for shaking. I got a couple
Okay.
of,
You got
and
the one routed guy here.
one routed guy. All right, let's see here.
So
Ooh.
he's going to lose an increment. Do they both lose an increment or just the
Okay.
the
No.
stack?
No. Good. When you roll to rally, and this is it took me a while to get my head wrapped around this. When you rout,
Right.
you must retreat as a stack.
Right.
And so you can't split up as you're running away.
Right.
But then when you attempt to rally, this is the one occasion in the system where you're rallying individually.
Ah, okay.
And so let's just assume that was the top unit.
Right.
That attempted to rally, fails, loses another increment, runs 6 more hexes, and then we'll roll for the other one.
Okay.
Okay, so that increases. And oops. All right. And one.
Could run on top of the king and take him with you.
I don't think so. 2.
Okay.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. And now for the other one.
And let's see if he can. Boom. Oh, yeah.
So 49. Yeah. So he'll
And
just
he's
be
like,
then
I don't know
shaken
what
and
was wrong with that
disordered.
other guy. Yeah.
Yeah. What was the problem?
All right. I put a marker on him there for you, David.
Thank you.
Good. All right. Very good. Okay. So that's it for all your requirements, I think.
Yeah, I
Yep.
believe so.
All right. So then what do we got that's shaken?
I don't think we got anybody who's shaken. We just went straight to rout.
Yeah, well, no screwing around here.
Cut out. Oh, actually, wait. We did have somebody who was shaken. This guy here that's part of with
Where is he?
O'Donnell. He's there underneath
Oh,
that
yeah.
stack.
Right. Yes,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right. Okay. So so you've got
I'll just
plus
roll
15 minus 6.
52.
So it's
They're
plus 9.
fine.
Yeah, it's only plus 9, so he's almost certainly back to just disordered at this point.
And of course, I picked the wrong way to go.
And naturally.
Okay. Yep.
50-50 chance is like no chance at all.
Yep. All right. And then we got our routed people. They're all shot to crap. So we'll just do this guy down here first, I guess.
Sure, if you want.
So he's half dead. We'll just roll and see what we get.
So 40, 55. Nope, that's not going to be enough. Okay. He runs them more.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
More to the rear.
Yep.
There you go. All right.
All right.
And then the next one.
Yep, this guy here.
Another plus 25.
Oh, nope. And let's see what's his.
He may not even survive, actually.
Let's see what his 26.
Oh, he just survives but runs.
Okay. So he's going to go back 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
All right.
The last one with
the guy that's up here. Let's roll for him. 24. That's probably not very good either.
Oh, no. He loses a step.
Okay.
And runs.
Okay. Let's add another one there. And the leader's got to go with, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Run for the bridge, it looks like.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Then we've got the guys that are up top that are here. So we're rolling for each. So if the top one passes, do they both pass or?
No.
They're each rolling
individually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
so here's.
Right now, bearing in mind.
Yep.
I'm not sure what we do with the leader in the event the first one routes.
Yeah, I was curious about that.
I don't know the answer to that.
Well, let's roll and see what we get. That first one's going to route, and the second one's probably going to stay.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoops.
I guess I would say it's probably dealer's choice with the leader.
And he loses another increment, right?
No, because he rolled a 29. and he's at
Oh, I thought he
28.
rolled at 26. It was
No.
scrolled up. I thought
Yeah.
it was numbered at 26. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the other one, the shaken and disordered one, can adopt any facing formation.
Right. So he should probably face the oncoming onslaught.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's awkward because he can't move very fast. So it's
No.
kind of like, how fast can this guy come and get me?
All right. And then what did we say with the leader? He's got to go with the top or the bottom, or
I don't know. I mean, my take on that is that there's 2 units there. If they both routed, then it seems to me like you'd have a choice. You route with one or the other. But if so it just seems like you ought to have the choice.
Yeah. No.
If there was only one unit, there is no choice.
Yeah,
But if there's 2 units, well, do whichever one feels right.
Cool. I'll stick around there, see if I can do any good with that guy. So.
All right. Okay. Is that everybody?
That is everybody. Yeah.
Well, this was a long session. I can't believe I'm still up this late. I'm probably going to be sorry in the morning. But I think we may be to the point where we can hit the end turn.
Okay. Hit the move.
I'm moving the thing to the 9:20 turn.
Okay, good.
Yep, so I got that taken care of.
Okay,
and
very good.
Took all the move markers off and everything else. Okay. I guess we are ready to save.
All right. And we're going to say it is the 9:20 start.
Okay. Cool.
Magnificent. Well, thank you, gentlemen.